Welcome back, everyone. It's a good time to introduce myself as we enter the second of three parts here. My name's Adam. I am a trained historian specializing in the Middle Ages, and we're trying to finish up Pentiment. And it is very fun. We are trying to work on a mural summing up the entire history of the town. So we're about to set off to look up the town's medieval past. If you are enjoying this and are just tuning in, do make sure you hit that follow button to be notified when we go live. We do a wide variety of games. And do consider subscribing to help support the channel, or head over to patreon.com/LeoHistory. We do have a Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can help make sure that I get to keep doing this without having to fund the money to Amazon or anyone else you don't like. So, the support is super appreciated, but let's get back into it. We got a lot to do here. Hooray! We are working on it. We're at 42,000 out of 500,000. Oh yeah, also, there's a cosplay stream challenge right now over on Twitch. So, using channel points from the community, we have used, we are at 42,000 out of a total of 500,000 that we will need. Alright, Dildrum, have a good evening. The VOD will be here. Oh, they're cute. Hi, baby Andreas. Magdalene. Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Making good progress. I started working on the history of the saints today. Good, good. Tassing is a pilgrimage town, after all. What sort of mural are you creating, Magdalene? I believe Klaus was planning on a fresco. I'll start with the intonacchio and then paint the fresco over it so I have a clear consistency. Ah, I see. Do you have enough plaster? The rathouse wall is so large, or I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town miller know so much about art? It's been an interest of mine since childhood, but my father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Andreas, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I've collected books about various art styles since we returned. I had no idea. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I had my doubts about you taking on the project, Magdalene, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. After your father, of course. Ah, well, anyway, I'm glad the mural is going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. The council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. Thank you, Magdalene. I understand the hesitation. Folk like to look after their own homes, their own land. But this would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to do things themselves, or to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. I'd better get back to work, though. Thanks for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Until later, Paul. Hey, Elsa. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up the hill? Just get some questions about your family for the mural. The murals? I only know a little about Lenhart's people, I'm afraid. And much of that I've heard from others. Lenhart didn't care to talk about the past. I meant your family, but when you were born to. Your family name was Caviezel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. Can I ask, how did you come to know my family name? Dad mentioned it. He said you were the last of your family. Yes. I am not surprised your father remembers the Caviezels. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I am the last of us left now. Is that a local name? I should think so. My grandfather told me the Caviezels have lived in Tassing for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, the Caviezels were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tassing after the Romans left. Built their new home right on the spot where they'd been living when the Romans arrived. Reminds me of Parzival's quest for the Grail. It was driven from the court of King Arthur and wanders the countryside, honourless. He meets a holy man who brings him to God, and through regaining his honour, Parzival completes his journey to the Grail. What a lovely idea. Spicy folk religion. When I think of the ancient Caviezel's driven from their land, only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? Think so. It's like when Dad tells me stories about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. This is from the Parzival thing Andreas got her. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favourite songs to Ulrika, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's alright. Just as I may not know exactly how the Caviezels resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, even though they are so far from me now. This is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on, you've got a mural to complete. God bless you, Magdalene, dear. Ulrika! Hello, Mag! I'm gonna steal your hat back for Andreas. She said. Oh, good puppy. Hello. The puppies are so good. Andreas' had outlived. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Andreas' hat did outlive him. I should talk to Sister Gertrude since she was a Benedictine and a Kiersau before the Claras arrived. She'd be able to tell me all about the convent's history for the mural. Also, there's maybe something in the shrine? Obviously, there's St. Moritz. And the little death's head plate thing. Madre Chrissa, I've been vocal about not knowing German. I'm glad someone else in chat knows it, but I can't tell you. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister, I have a favor to ask you. Of course, Magdalene, I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassiae. I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. It's alright, sister. We'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rathaus mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough gold stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Kiersau, actually. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding and the history of Tassing saints to the Rathaus mural. I asked Reverend Matthew since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you would show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The poor Claras don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Francisca wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. Well, that makes my job difficult. Let me finish, Magdalene Drokeren. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considers joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life? Something about the fashion. Touring the convent will take some time. Will you like to go see Mother Francisca now? I have other things to do first. Very well, come find me if you change your mind. Heck. Got incredibly based. So, we'll need to choose. Sounds like we need to choose between. Oh, we are not able to break him there. Never mind. I was gonna say we need to choose between touring the convent and breaking into the Abbey, but no. We don't need to choose between either. Because that's just locked. Sister Gertrude is the most friend. Alright, next up. Balthus. Do I want to know? But it's still so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. Alright, take your time. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. Good morning, Mistress Druckerin. Hello, Martha. Carl, how are you today? On your usual walk around town, November hasn't grown too cold yet. Dr. Schultz says Dad needs to keep using his leg or the pain will get worse. And I'm getting old. Not so old you can sit around at home telling stories. You listen to your daughter, Carl. Ah, you young girls think you're my keeper, is that it? Always been your keeper, Dad. Ah, no arguments from there, mate. Plenty of reason to be. Tassing never ceases to be beautiful to me. Isn't the meadows a wondrous sight, even in this season? On days the Lord strengthens me, I like going a bit higher up the mountains. Used to admire the view with Anton from there. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's alright, Dad. I'm sorry, Carl. It's not your fault, Magdalene. Just a babe, then. I can't. It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know it's not. You should have been with me that night. You shouldn't have. I was a fool. The Abbey was engulfed in flames. The heat, you won't believe it, seared the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out of the fight. Then that godforsaken Lance Connect stepped between us. I hope he burns in hell. Can't even imagine what that was like. Nothing can make it for a loss like that. I pray I will see him in death. Dad, it's not good for you to dwell on these memories. I know. Permit an old man his weaknesses. How old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of the men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. She kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. I couldn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha. My dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. How did you go on? Did I? I don't know. Some nights I think I'm still there. The Abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after, but I was left alone with Martha to care for. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman. Despite it all. I suppose that was all Helena's doing. Dad, if any good is because of you. Dying doesn't heal, Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continue with the walk, Dad. Yes, dear. I'm feeling much more alive now. Be well, you two. Statue of St. Maurice has seen better... Really? Is anyone in the inn? I don't think anyone's in the inn. Oh, hey! Hi, Mags. Sorry, I can't talk for long right now. Thankfully, what's keeping you so busy? It's almost December. Preparing for the festivities is a busy time. And Dad can't do it all alone. He tends to be strong, but I think some of it's an act. He's growing older and sadder. Sorry to hear that. I don't really know how to help him. He doesn't talk about her much anymore, but I think he's ashamed. I'm not, though. She was still my mom. Thanks. That means a lot. Everyone does bad things sometimes, you know. When the monks were around, they told us all about God's forgiveness. Vyslav talks about it a lot, too. So that's what I try to do. Forgive. Maybe. I just do what I think is right. How's your mural coming along, anyway? Oh, one step at a time. Learning about the history of Tassing is a challenge. Just can read well enough to learn more of the history. I'm still struggling a bit. Just keep learning, Killian. I will. Oh, I'm sorry, Magdalene. I really have to get back to work. Aww. Beanpole. He's such a good beanpole. Alright, let's push on. Do I have to talk to Father Tom? Okay, we'll talk. We're going to talk to Balthus first. And we'll pick up, the What the heck happened here? Hey, Magdalene. Can't admire how well chisel craftsman at his best. Where? I can't see one. Ouch! Suppose I stepped into that one. You can see the repairs I've been doing, then. Tell the truth, it's not going as well as it hoped. Seems to be the issue. I assumed I did a snag either when it came to the stone, or the tools, or my lack of artistic skill. But it's more than that, it's like, in my head, I can't see the right way. My dad wants me to help out on the farm more. I want to be there, but Grandpa taught me everything about the craft. He really wanted me to succeed, and I do enjoy the work. It's as if I can talk to the stone, you know. Not literally, but I can see how lines of tension go through the rock. Understand how to form one thing from the other, how to create, make something that lasts. Grandma even offered to sponsor an apprenticeship under a master stonemason. Dad will support me either way, but I still feel like I'm pulled in both directions at once, you know? I guess it's offering craft a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He could really make something of himself. Should go. His family will be alright without him, right? Yup. When you say it, it sounds the most reasonable way, doesn't it? But I still can't get away from the doubts. No one can fully escape their doubts, but don't let that stop you. God, I wish I had your confidence and fortitude. Did you learn all that from Klaus? Christ, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I think you should take the apprentice. It's better than staying in Tassing, right? I don't know. I like it here, and enough experience from Grandpa to keep going. Besides, if I'm gone, there will be no one to look after the town stone. The church's foundation is in serious condition, and who's to say there won't be another flood come spring? Nah, I think I should stay. I'll have to tell Grandma I made up my mind soon. Well, thanks for listening. What friends are for, right? Ah, well, work beckons. Father Thomas asked me to reinforce the walls of the church. To be honest, I'd like to reuse stones from the ruins of the Abbey, but Father Thomas forbids it. Says it's unseemly. Just quality stone going to waste. I don't get it. The ruin of the Abbey is still a religious site, as is the church, so it'd only be like stones from one holy building to another. Alright, stay well. Till later. Anyone want to explain what happened to the stuff in the lawn here? Anyone? No? Paulo? No? Ah. I figured it out, chat. Oh. Flufferdoodle, thank you for the follow just now. Welcome. Hey, you'll freeze if you stay out here. Don't have the strength to carry home. I have to tell someone. Hey, Boltus, that's not on friendly terms. Yatsu can help. What Big York? He's drunk. What a mess. Well, we were going to see Boltus anyway. We've got a bunch of stuff to do. Hey, Boltus, I have like 5 things to do. Hello. Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? Came across a book about the history of Tassing. I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Now, you want to have our hands full preparing for the Christmas sale, you see? Of course. Sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies, I couldn't be of more help. I've got like 15 other things. What can I do for you? I found Dr. Stolz passed out drunk in the commons, sleeping in the ditch. Ah, I see. This is becoming an increasing problem, isn't it? I shall fetch Yatsu and we'll carry him home safely. Thank you for letting me know, Magdalene. One more thing. Ah, Yatsu. Ciao, Magdalena. Well, it's good to see. Glad you made it here over from OSP. I have a great time doing this, so, I'm glad you're here. Come hang out. Hello, Yatsu. How are you? Ah, I am well. The winter is approaching quickly, no? What is it you say here? Perked up pinching at your nose? Yes, that is the saying. Maltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit, they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough to my tongue. Will you be staying Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I shall return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It has taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? Baltus may be most welcome, so I'm no particular rush. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall. Otherwise my journey will take twice as long. I'll let you get back to work then. Grazie, Magdalena. Until later. Good lord, he's so Italian. Why Genoa instead of Vembus? I mean, in this period, Genoa's... Genoa has the bigger, better business. By the 16th century, Genoa is kind of the big Western trade city. Right. Florence is doing well for itself, Genoa is doing well for itself, and both of them are doing a little bit better than Venice is. Venice is still doing well, obviously, but Genoa's bankers into the Holy Roman Empire... I should say, Genoa is part of the kind of very southern edge of the Holy Roman Empire. I think it's officially a free republic, but it still has very close ties into the Holy Roman Empire, and so doing banking work through Genoa instead makes a lot more sense than working through one of the other Italian states. Hey, I told people. I tried. Ursula, great. Hi, Magda. Need something? Maybe. I'm looking into the history of Tassing. I said you told you a lot of things about the old ways. Can you recall anything? Yeah, of course. I'm unfortunate that both my grandfather and Attilia taught me what they knew. Her mind was so sharp even up until the end. Sharp tongue, too, as I recall. Is that where you learned it? Maybe she unwillingly inspired me from afar. I'm grateful I got to spend time with her before she passed. What do you remember from them? Grandpa told me all sorts of charms and things to do to protect against evil. But I imagine you're not interested in that. He said that it was Pacta who protected the forest from witches, not St. John. God and his saints have dominion over the town and the Abbey, but Pacta still watches over all of our wild places. What about St. Satya? Grandpa believes in the saints just as he believes in Pacta. He said the Pacta's power is shown in certain places and times. There is no conflict for dominion between her and the saints. I see. Attilia knew all these old chants in another language. She told me what they meant, but she couldn't translate them, I suppose. They had to do with Pacta, but also God and St. Moritz. So where did they come from? She didn't know, but I think I figured it out after she passed. There were some people coming through town and I heard them speaking their language. Didn't quite sound like the words Attilia used, but close. And they said that St. Moritz was the patron of their home too. Really? Where are they from? Graubünden. They were Swiss. They said there was a holy spring in their town that had been blessed by St. Moritz. Odd. How did Attilia know their language? She always said that her grandparents passed the chants on to her, but she claimed all the people in Tassing used to know them, generations ago. Maybe we weren't always the people here. What do you mean? Maybe we came from somewhere else? Our families, I mean. Tassing says before the Romans came. That's what I've heard. People say the mine has been here forever. Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of things. Maybe there's no sense to be made of it. I don't know if that's any useful to you. Any of that's useful to you. Glad Ursula told me all this, but I can't imagine Father Thomas approves. Well, she's older than me. It's fine. I think. Probably. Even if it is useful, it's interesting. Good. I never appreciates hearing about these things. Well, I do. I always do. Anytime. I'll see you later. Alright. Now we need to talk to Father Thomas, and then we need to spend a bunch of time in... Hey, Father Thomas, are you doing any murders recently? God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course, what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you about Tassing saints. I'd like to represent them in the Rathaus. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. There are? Oh, then I will endeavor to convince you to include them. But you know that there is one saint you're overlooking. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course. Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint, as she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. Lived here in Tassing? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. That's not a short trip. It certainly is not, but the peasant had received a holy vision. What else could one do in the face of a divine revelation? And that one. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the bishop of Freising. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here, to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. No idea that's where all this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here will think of Moritz and Satya, their connection to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. Not from Tassing. How did you hear the story? True, I am not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children, and so on. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? I'm still considering it. Well, if deliberation fails you, perhaps you'll find that prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you and your work, Magdalene. Chat. Oh, do we risk the book? Do we risk the book? I believe. I want the juicy gossip. But I need to be a polyglot. No, don't. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Well. Tragic. The scandalous gossip shall have to wait another time. Let us go to our convent. Let's do it. Mother Franziska, I'd like to introduce Magdalene Druckeren. You were a polyglot and your Latin still wasn't good enough. The printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we pray for his recovery daily. Oh, thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. Now, what is this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Mistress Druckeren to me? Forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. Thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Right, yes. I wonder that you've never come up to the Abbey before, Mistress Druckeren. If God is calling you to the convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Or are you interested in joining the poor Claras? Magdalene, you should not abdicate your worldly duties for fear of the unknown. However, I agree that working at a printing shop and painting are not suitable duties for a woman. Thank you, God, you have turned to us for help. It's no wonder you have felt overburdened by all of this. Please come, I am happy to tell you more of our order. Oh, good. Theology. Our small convent used to be part of the larger Kirsau double monastery, as I'm sure you've been told by Sister Gertrude. However, the poor Claras live far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it is not ours to produce, and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing, as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? Not entirely certain yet. I'd like to explore and look around to get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering their sisters from their duties or disturbing our rule. However, I will allow Sister Susanna to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you have finished, please come find me, and we'll discuss your decision to join. Finally, thought she'd never finish. What? Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the Rathaus. Now I'm going to take a look around. Where are we going first? The convent has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop. But no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Oh, good. Hi. Food. No. Let's look in the chapel. In the year of the death of the Emperor Frederick II, the castrum of the Lord, the house or the castle of the Lord Kirsau was destroyed in fire. This is the chapel where we all gather for mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part of the convent and the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the year, but it has represented the Abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's the tower and the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a Bergfried, a freestanding defensive tower, long before the structure became a monastery. Such a gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Roman Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. So, Frederick II's death, so 13th century? Really, that late? These walls have protected Tassing from the attacks of spirit and steel for generations. Some Latin here too, but I can't read it very well. God called Lady Sabina to lead our sisters and brothers in... Oh yeah, the Dominos Walkabout, something Sabinem Anno Domini MCCLXI ut nostri sorores et fratres ducaret. Lord Kirsau's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of the Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower. Oh, solum something manset. Thank you, Sister Susanna. Yes, the first lists the Abbey's founding date. The Lady Kirsau was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We added the second shortly after the revolt. Well, the Illuminati thought it would be fitting. Even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Kirsau is unique, a double monastery with two saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. The saints have a long history in these lands. Many things once thought lost are truly foundational to how we live. You are right, sister. This mural will be a great reference for the Rathaus. And I'm glad to have helped. God bless you, Magdalene. Yep, sola turis manset. Destroyed by fire, only the tower remained. Dominos will carve it. Okay, perfect tense. The Mistress Sabina, in the year of our Lord, 1261, in order to lead, or for the purpose of leading, our sisters and brothers. Later than I expected, TBH. This is the exit. Yeah, that's the aquarium again. I want to see the old workshop. Courtyard? It's colder today. There's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here has long been covered in weeds. All note this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Susanna, God bless you. Yeah, this ice is hard. Do I recognize you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you'd have seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Franziska allows only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside, where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent, anyway? Snooping! Oh, you are? It'll be nice to have another new face around. Don't let me keep you. I wanted to ask you some questions. Do you like being a nun? Oh, yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help the other sisters, and I don't mind the chores, except when it's cold like this. One more question, Sister Benedicta. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts recently? Ghosts? No, everything's been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Maria's ghost? I think it's Mauritius myself. Oh, no. Who? Mauritius. Don't tell me Mother Franziska this. I found an old book about the Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said that a Roman commander named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. It was a miracle. There's a different retelling of St. Moritz. Oh, maybe. I don't remember if the book mentioned any saints. The Latin was hard to read. Anyway, when Sister Maria said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius, trying to get us out. The Roman ghost couldn't be happy about his tower being turned into an abbey, could he? Oh, well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and well, I accidentally laid a fire poker on it. Sister Benedicta! I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalena. I mean, how go? Glad you were enjoying it. Besides, that story gives me ideas for the Rathaus mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. I won't tell Mother Franziska. God bless you. Thanks, Magdalene. God bless you. Studio! Give me the art. Art. The workshop is covered in dust. Yeah, this was the Benedictine sisters' workshop. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims going to see the hand of St. Moritz. Everything was just left here after the fire. Nothing's been used in years. We can't subsist on painting, and the poor Claras don't pursue goods for sale, so I have no reason to be in here. I agree, but that's not the rule of the poor Claras. Mother Franziska considers art a temptation into hedonism. Mother Franziska doesn't let us come in here unless it's to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and know some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots, too. Oh, Sister Maria? Sister Maria thinks, I don't think spirits can enter holy ground. Besides, what would a ghost need with dried up paints and brushes? Wait. Trying to send a message. Message? What kind of message? I don't think it's a ghost, Magdalene. In any case, I think it's sad the workshop was left by this. Truthfully, Magdalena, I don't think you should join the convent, even if that's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you, and you seem to love your art. Thought that you'd be lost. Such valuable paint left to dry and crack on the palettes. Oh, there's an old parchment scrap here. It's different from the others. Wow! Mithraeum tracie deluvio occultus est. It says the Mithraeum of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Less destroyed and more hidden. Right. Yes, it could be destroyed, but occultus is okay, so it's to hide. So, buried by a flood. Why do I mention the Mithraeum? I don't know, it's not a word I've ever heard before. There's certainly nothing in the convent by that name. It says the Mithraeum was destroyed, so I guess it doesn't matter much now. So, the patches are beautiful. The pilgrims who bought them love them too. So, is it accessible by the... Do you think it's accessible by... what's its name? The aqueduct? This is the kitchen. We're not doing anything interesting here. Sister Maria and Sister Isabel, sorry. Take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well, Lord Wizard. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it is my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. It's very noble of you. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. The Lord wants us to suffer, says. No, child, he does not. Christ's death opened the door to an eternal life without pain. As long as our souls are bound in this world, suffering will exist. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. Either palsy or arthritis. You can see, her right hand's a bit, ugh. You are most welcome, child. God bless you. Maria. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? Mother Francisca. Hallelujah. Glory and praise be to God. You brought such joy to me this day, child. I haven't actually joined yet, sister. Do you have a strong stomach? Perhaps you can help Sister Isabel and me in the kitchens. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Isabel has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of St. Francis. St. Francis of Assisi, mystic friar and founder of the Franciscan order. Born in Assisi to wealthy parents, St. Francis was called to a life of poverty and preaching. With his follower, St. Clare, he helped found the order of the Poor Clares. Yo, St. Francis, because suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit, trapped between heaven and hell. Sister Marie, not this again, not to Magdalene, please. What makes you think you saw? The figure rose up through the very ground we stand on. God damn it! Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath its foundation centuries before. The spirit may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. Why did it come to the convent, though? It breaks my heart to think this spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Maria too upset. Hey, chat! You know where this grill goes? Motherfucker, if he didn't... Hey, chat! I've got a mini conspiracy board. Right at odd hours, someone rises up through the ground, i.e. through this grate. You know where this grate goes? The aqueduct. What does the ghost do? Take food, and if it's the same figure, take paint. Who's the painter who knows about this goddamn aqueduct? If this fucker didn't die... If this idiot made it out alive, this is better than he deserves. Here's the aquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go to the outside world either. Like Mother Francisca said, isolation is part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sisters used to go out into town sometimes, even talk to men on occasion. Stuck here, staring at these walls for the rest of my life. It Doesn't seem like Sister Susanna thinks much of her life here. Seemed like a boring life to her. Still, she doesn't seem to have the passion that Sister Gertrude and the others have. Maybe I should encourage for her to leave, right? Plenty of young men in Bavaria who make good husbands. Don't overstep my bounds. Do you regret your choice with my sister? Choice. I didn't have a choice. My father promised me to the church as a baby. Some oath he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the Port Claras the summer I turned 17. So sorry, no one should be forced into a life they don't want. We daughters are born to bear our family's legacy. Between our legs or on our backs, it doesn't matter. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the convent for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't have the prayers or the hours. I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. Since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. Holy moly. More autonomy to go where I want, but I still have the expectations of marriage and homemaking. I remember the days of running around town. Wish I could have gotten married. I wanted to be a mother. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margareta. Yeah, at least I got to see something of the outside world before they were 20. If you could be anything else, what would it be? I'd have liked to go to one of the big cities at least once. I would have been happy just to be a shopkeeper's wife. Thanks for listening, Magdalena. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? It's not for me. Not without art. I understand. You've dedicated your whole life to your work. You'd struggle to give that up now. It's been so long since I've spoken from anyone from outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. Where did you go? Your family just left you here. You don't owe the sisters anything. Aw. I do, though. The sisters have taken care of me. They love me, and I love them. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows? Maybe it'll get better in time. Maybe. I'll try and help in any way I can. Even if it's just sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really? That would be wonderful. So long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Franziska before she suspects something. Krakow's probably a better option, but they're both okay. Oh, thank you, Magdalene. Today is more interesting than any I can remember in the Abbey. Come with my Mother Franziska. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of the place. Well, Magdalene, what is your assessment of the Port Claras? Is the good Lord calling you to a life with us as a sister? I'm afraid I must tend to my father first. Of course, I understand. Caring for your father is itself a noble path. However, if your heart leads you back up the hill, the doors of the convent are always open to you. The community is quite modest compared to the splendor of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. See why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You're most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. And... Magdalene, how did your fair little expedition go? Good idea of what I'll depict in the mural now. Sister, there's something I don't understand. The Abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a talk that would be. The chapel was beautiful. Or what a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The Abbey felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. Truth, the Abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Kearsarge was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. Did I find anything of help for your mural inside, other than charred wood and parchment? If I'm careful. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalena. I really do. Thank you. You are most welcome. God bless you. Oh boy. So, what's left? Well, that was, I don't know. I did learn more about the founding of Curacao. The illustration of the manuscript, the Mithraeum, it was like the one in the mine. That was part of the history of the Abbey, of Tassing? It must be written down somewhere. It's like the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. The ruins are right there. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Urban environments may forever, but far higher intensity. Yep. Anti-Semitic panics. Oh, Christ. My god, this is amazing. I wonder what the must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh shit. So are we going to get attacked again somehow in the church? From the choir? And is it going to crack? Yep. Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. I'll have to find another way out. Well, the only place we can go is the burnt-out tower. We're gonna try and climb the vines? Oh, this is risky. Nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. I'm gonna go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there's no other way out. And I can't get into the crypt, so... Carefully. It's beautiful, but please. This is so risky. I can see a lot of Tassing from here. If I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. Oh lord, this is so cool. I love this. I mean, this is risky as hell, and we should absolutely not do this. But that's fine. Also, this music is gorgeous. A huge fan. Alright, so that puts us outside the chapter house. God, what a scene. Huge fan. I'm loving these scripted sections. Oh, God. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. Don't suppose there's anything left inside. Suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. Hell, that's completely cropped out. But we do have... Yes. This is a place I was looking for. Examine the... examine the grave. Let me examine the grave. I want to know about it. Alright, we're gonna break out of the abbot's house, I guess. We can get into the cloister there. If there were always this many cats at the Abbey. That's way Slav what he remembers during his time here. Hey, you okay? Yep, you're okay. You're okay. There we go. Good kitty. Meow. I'm trying to not get scratched by the kittens today. This place is a mess. How's that? Okay, the chapter house is completely blocked out. Or no, sorry. The refectory is completely blocked out. The aquarium's gone. Really? Oh. An old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A dance of death? Someone has been painting over this. What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Is this... What the hell is happening here? What the hell is happening, good old? Someone's been adding to this. Alright, so we've got... Is that supposed to be Ferenc doing occultism up there? And then Otto's death, and the sword on high killing Hannah, and then Andreas burning to death. Is this Andreas painting himself? Andreas. I guess then that's Rothvogel getting murdered up top with the eyes of all the people that he was responsible for the deaths for under there. Right? It feels like it's supposed to be Andreas in the hat with the books. Figures to the dance of death. I why? These look like people from the town, from here. People who died. Must be the Baron. That's Otto. The fact that Andreas invented cubism is wild. Is that... Someone's here. Hello? Who are you? Why is Wait, no, Andreas is at the top. Who is falling then? Is that Caspar? Wait, if right with the fur line, the little fur thingy up there is Andreas. Below him, oh, Caspar was supposed to leave though. Did he not? I don't know. Oh, no. The door. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. Just get out. I think I've seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. Yeah, maybe he came back and just didn't pay attention. It's snowing already? The almanac said it should start for another week at least. I think we're in for a hard winter. Get back to the rat house and get to work. Oh boy. You know, we are less far... We are less of a mess than it could be. What if Caspar came back for Andreas? True. They didn't show Caspar, I didn't think. I didn't remember seeing him. So that's the only thing that was weird, is I just don't remember seeing Caspar, but yeah, it could easily be. Alright. We need to decide what we're working on now. Magdalene. Dr. Stoltz. So, I hope you're doing quick work at that mural, eh? I hope that doesn't make you sloppy. Still think they should be paying? No, I don't, but that hardly matters now. In any case, the council wants to hear what you're doing. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left, learning how people settled in the ruins, how the Abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It's a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. And... Saint Satia and Our Lady built the labyrinth, receiving the Christian settlers. Lady Kirsau founding the Abbey from the old Bergfried. I think the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins. I think that could have some nice continuity. You may find that ignoring the saints in favor of such a mundane portrayal of events is unwelcome. And so I suppose it is an important step in the history of Tassing. Remember, the mural isn't for your benefit to make Tassing look good. I remember. Very well. After this section, there's still so much work to do. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've all just locked it away. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Schultz. Yes? You seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard of anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me. A few times. No, I don't know anything about it. Now, if there's nothing else... No. Good night, Dr. Schultz. Good night, Magdalene. Right, this is very much a lay-oriented thing, but doesn't go too far into any of the weird things. How should I paint the revolt? I always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. What was his name? I can remember his name, the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jakob Essler. Maybe you're an account of the revolt as an Archdeacon. Write him and ask. Just need to write back to Esther, too. When did this get here? Stop. Again. This is just like the note Dad found. Are they trying to scare me? If they don't stop, are they going to try and kill me next? Need to ask Dad about this. Can't be a coincidence. Right time. There is a right time. No, now is the right time. Nope, you get a suspicious note, you talk to someone about it. We're not dumb. We are genre savvy, chat. Hello, Magdalene. Damn it, Magdalene's not genre savvy, chat. Oh boy. Who's ready to get murder deft? Alright, where to begin? Right to the Archdeacon and Esther. Jakob Essler, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Drucker and I'm an artist upon the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothvogel's murder at Kirsau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that people in Tassing might not remember? I believe we mentioned the purple notes to him. I might suggest there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work. Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckeren. And Esther. I hope you're well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Alicia too, of course. And your parents. It warms my heart to know your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have unfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You say it snows, but I also imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad's condition is so much worse, and he's in so much pain. Dr. Stoltz, well, he's a useless asshole. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected Dad almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. I worry about that. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much we can do alone. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey's ruins. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but they say ghosts. Strangest thing, given me a fright a few times already. A strange note on the left on my bed, matching the one I found by... They only both read the word stop, like a warning, but stop what? The mural? Can't stop that now. But the person following me is the one writing them. Why? What do they want? But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at this moment is that the mural is almost finished. Shall be complete by Christmas, or soon after. Before the new year, at least. Then perhaps at long last I shall be able to visit you and meet the Sealant. Now I fear this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been late, and reported worsening snows through the passes. I seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Sealant. Yours always, Magda. Yeah, so something about the Mithraeum is causing issues. Be paranoid. Andreas, wake us up in the middle of the night, save us. Right? Alright, we made it through the night, we're good. 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Happy Thanksgiving. And happy December. Alright. No, he's become my guardian angel. That's something. Mr. Strickland, only one letter for you today. Ah, boo. The pass is impossible to traverse, and the heavy snow is hard on the horse. And me. Anyway, happy Advent, my dear. Thank you, the same to you. Oh good, we have a shawl. I assume it's no reply from Jakob Estler. Oh good. I too recall the Rotvogel case, though it's been over a decade since I have served as an archdeacon. I am no longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I am no longer associated with the Catholic Church. If you do not mind conversing with a Lutheran, I will tell you what I remember. Based! Incredible Reformation. I investigated several murders as archdeacon, but not had the curious specter of conspiracy that haunted Baron Rolf-Vogels. After the peasants were in Curacao, I read a report suggesting a conspiracy was behind the murder of the town carpenter as well. It was around this time that I did some research of my own into the death of Father Garneau's predecessor, Father Matthias. When no one suspected foul play at the time, I had reason to believe that his murder may be connected to the two other murders. If this is the case, a serpent has lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades. It may lay there still. That causes this serpent to awaken every few years to stage a new killing. I feel that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbors. I urge caution in your investigation into this matter. If the serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke into its old resting places. I hope this has been of some help to you. God, he's got an amazing fur coat, and a gold chain, and a globe, and a lute, and glassware, and my God, this man is so fancy. I want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him, because he's so fancy, and so chill. No reply from Esther this time. Must have been delayed due to the heavy snow. The postman said I won't receive any more letters until spring. I'll get back to the rat house then. Still more to be done. Oh, a few more days. Okay. 8th, 9th, 10th. Ah! Stop it! No! Stop! Stop! Time! Please? Time. Christmas Eve? Good morning, Dad. I finally caught up on the mural, and I can now start the final part today. Promise, I'll get it done. Magdalene, I'm proud of you. Thanks, Dad. I'm sorry Dr. Stoll said you can't come to the festivity tonight. I know how much you love the Perchtenlauf. The Perchtenlauf, well, a Germanic folk ritual celebrated around Christmas time, in which the townsfolk dress as Perchten and drive evil spirits from the town to protect it in the coming year. This is a real one, right? While I was dubious about Frau Perchte being celebrated at the Midsummer Festivals of St. John's Eve, the idea that there are multiple Perchtes or Perchten and Krampusen as the other variant that are dressed up as in spooky masks and straw outfits in order to scare off winter spirits is extremely good. So, chat, we are almost caught to the present, so for Weihnachten. There's always next year. Right. How are you feeling? Dr. Stoll said you would come by again today. Fine. I'm fine. No, Magdalene, if you want to work, you should work. It's alright. In fact, my spirits are lifted today. It's Christmas Eve, after all. Of course. What's wrong? Dad, I found a note back in November. A note? What do you mean? It's like the note I found in your plans for the murals. Just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. Elaborating writing, purple ink, it just said, stop. Do you know where they came from? Who wrote them? Magdalene, oh god, that must be Utz. He said he stopped by with more firewood. If you know something, I'd like you to tell me, alright? I know. I will. Can we talk about it later? Dad, I'll tell you. I promise. God damn it, chat. I'm too genre savvy for this. He's going to be unconscious. Good. Take care of yourself out there. Unconscious at best. Ooh, hello. Still as messy as ever. Alright. Who's knocking? Hello, Utz. Morning, Magdalene. I told you the almanac was right there. Neither moon forecasted a cold winter. Ah, fine, you were right. Good thing you paid attention too. Saved me a lot of trouble finishing work early. Anyway, here, I brought some firewood for you and your dad. Thank you, Utz. You're welcome? So, how's your dad? You think he can join everyone for Christmas Mass? I think he'll stay in bed tonight. I'll do my best to be there. I need to keep working on the mural, though. I'm working on the final section. About the Peasants' Revolt, right? It feels weird to talk about. It affected Tassing so... something. I can't remember what happened since I was just a baby. I never even knew my dad. That's what makes it difficult. I need to ask those who were already adults that night, but I don't want to touch raw nerves. What if you spoke to people while everyone was preparing for the Christmas festivities? Clara sometimes talks about that night. Mom, too. You might be able to ask them. Vladislav and Matilda are the only two Benedictines left living in Tassing. Maybe they'll talk to me. Huh. Didn't think of that. Still, the mural is for Tassing, not the old Abbey. Agnes has always been in Tassing, right? I'd go to her if I were you. Dad said she'd help bury everyone who died that night. I wonder if she'd talk about it. It's your project, Magdalene. Might be worth a try. I wrote to the old Archdeacon about it too. He thinks the Baron's murder and Otto's death are connected to the revolt. Who? And he came to Tassing for the Baron Rothwogel's murder. What about him? He was the judge for the Baron's murder? Well, all the deaths in Tassing are connected. I don't see how that old Baron has anything to do with the revolt. You feeling alright? I think you're looking for connections that aren't there. Maybe this mural project is getting to you. There's more to this. If you're sure, I'll figure it out somehow. Thanks for the wood. See you later, Mags. Ugh. This is right. I should try talking to people around town. Oh, not the one I wanted to do. Remembering the revolt. Alright, start at one end of town, make our way down. Agnes is not going to want to talk to us. Are you about to leave? Ciao. Oh, if it isn't Mistress Magdalene. Hello, Malthus. Hello, Ignacio. How are your inventions coming along, Malthus? Very well, thank you. I was just showing Ignacio how our Rathaus clock works on one of my smaller prototypes. It is a fascinating process, truly. I had never considered that one man could make something so complex by himself. Clock Tower is the wonder of Tassing, isn't it? I have not seen such a wonderful work of mechanical invention in such a small town. God has blessed you with Balthazar. I'm simply glad that Tassing appreciates my work after so long. You are too modest here in this simple alpine town. You really ought to come with me to Genoa. Oh no, I'm far too grounded here to manage that, Ignacio. I shall be forced to visit every year to settle your accounts. And while I do remind you of your genius. To the best of luck, that's a very long... If you do intend to visit, Ignacio, maybe you ought to stay. Oh, I couldn't possibly. The bank needs me more and more every year. In any case, shall we return to work, Balthus? Yes, of course. Ignacio trying to convince his boyfriend to come home with him. True. Please excuse us, Magdalene. We're rather busy at the moment. They're great. Good work, you all. Enjoy the cinnamon ale. Werner? Werner. No. Damn it, Werner. Whee! Alright. I've got a bunch of folks to talk to, don't I? Agnes is right there. And then at the outer Tassing, we've got a few different people. And there's nothing to do at Curacao. Okay. Well, let's get started. Not gonna do itself, eh? Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. No? Oh, so, let's have something to do with it. That boy has his eye on you, Magda. He's using his authority to do some good. Usually don't want to just meddle around in things that are best left alone. Those men are bad influences on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on their front door creak? Keep the town in order. You better keep themselves in order first. Especially Werner. Anyway, I think it's good of you to be working on the mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they have disappeared. They're catching frogs in the forest for some reason. Ugh, those two. I don't even need frogs for it anyway. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because they named them after Greek gods. He says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. I think they should be more well-behaved. Are you suggesting I appeal to the Greek gods like patron saints? When you put it like that, it would be the best idea, but it might be worth trying. Anyway, I better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. They're making wreaths and things. Oh, it's good. We're gonna address this major heresy as a treat. I'll talk to Agnes later. I don't feel good about asking her. Clara, Ursula, I want. They're making the masks. Look at how good the masks are. Ursula, what's the energy here? Aww. There you two are. Really? You're not doing any... No? Nothing? Magdalene. Clara! Hello, Magdalene. I thought you'd be working on the mural today. What brings you here? I'd like to sit with you and ask how you remember the rebellion so I can paint it, if that's alright. That was a sad time. It'll help you memorialize those we lost in the revolt. Yes, I'll answer a few questions. I don't mind. I was a little older than you, so I probably remember more, Magdalene. Oh, of course, Magdalene will tell you all you want to know. I've been looking forward to seeing the mural for some months. Come now, sit with us. Now that you're all settled, what did you want to know? Did the revolt have anything to do with the other murder that happened in Tassing? Oh, the murder of the Baron, you mean? No, not really. I only remember that Andreas attempted to be a peacekeeper in both situations. I suppose that's when things started going poorly. Yes, after Prior Fanning was discovered as a witch, people weren't as willing to trust the Abbey anymore. When the Abbot became more severe, he didn't like that the Prior's death rattled his control of Tassing. I still think the old Prior cursed the town. That's when the crops started failing. I don't know about any of that, but his taxes and restrictions and his attitude toward us became harsher after that. It was all we could do to live by them, but it eventually became too much. Even with all the restrictions, was the revolt really justified? I keep hearing conflicting stories about how it began. I know things were bad for the peasants, but was it worth all the loss? You wouldn't remember it, Magdalene, but the Abbot forced us to starvation. We would have died either way. We did everything we could to keep things from getting violent, but the Lord had other plans. I remember how sick and hungry it was all the time. Grandpa kept saying it hadn't always been like that. All was fine until Hanna, Nika's wife, killed Otto because she feared what would happen if the Abbey shut down. Well, my husband wouldn't let that rest. We all wanted justice. When that soldier arrived and threatened us, all the townsfolk pulled away, except for you and Ulrich, Gret. No, Clara, for even I was intimidated, and begged Ulrich to leave the matter be. My husband alone stood with the peasants. Well, he regrets that choice. Your father is unique in that regard. Most of the other townsfolk see the revolt's failure as proof that it was doomed from the start. Truly, if the entire town banded together, we likely could have succeeded without violence at all. By then we were so starved and wanted justice so much, Peter truly thought success was possible. There was still some discussion. Ulrich and Andreas wanted peace. And that fucking Miller protected that bitch. He always hated us, thought he was better than us. Ursula! Language! What, Mom? It's true. One heart even shot Ulrich out of nowhere. Was unprovoked? Yes! Leonard always did hate the rest of the townsfolk, and we would take advantage of anyone he could. My husband sought peace to the last. He was a martyr to us. I think the Miller shot Ulrich to retaliate, but after that, Peter... No, he just... Clara, I have terrible news. He just missed. He was aiming for Peter. He lost too much. The burning of the Abbey was a grim night, and the soldiers coming in. Our men fought to protect us, to protect Tassing, and many died in that fight. We got rid of the abbot, and all the monks at least. Yes, that's some comfort, if only a little. Are there any tears of Tassing I should memorialize? Dead, definitely. Peter always wanted the best for Tassing, even he acted rashly by setting fire to the Abbey. I hope you can portray him in the best light, Magdalene. I'd rather not talk about that night anymore. I hope we provided enough insight for your work. Did, thank you. Thank you, Magdalene. I'm sure the mural will be beautiful. There's... Yeah! So much time. Okay. Jeez. And with the snow coming down, good lord. The Bauer farm's just closed and locked? What the hell? I assume your house is locked, yeah. Alright. Voicelove, Matilda, you still here? Where are... I wonder where they are. Well, we can at least check in the bakery, though. Gret's down there, so I don't know why anyone would be here. Huh. Alright, let's stay in our house, let's go. Though they're not making cookies. I was hoping that they'd make cookies. Oh well. Where else can they even talk? Oh, they're at the inn. That makes sense. I think we have time, right? I think we have time for both. Michael and Drucker, I didn't expect to see you today. How was your father? Hey. It's not well, honestly. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Hope you're not pressed tonight. Ours as well. Now then, is there something we can help you with, dear? I have a small favor to ask. Oh, go on then, spit it out. In too much trouble. I'd like you to recount what you remember of the revolt. I'm nearly done with my mural, but I need more details. I was so young, I don't remember much of that night. Oh, for that project of yours in the rat house. Afraid I don't have much good to say about the matter, but alright. Come sit down, Magdalene. Don't worry about helping her about with the reeds. It took me years to get the technique up to Mon's expectations, so you're better off not helping. Ha! You always did fine, Brigitte. So, Magdalene, what do you need to know to finish the mural? I have to ask you more about the revolt. All I can remember was the flames when the Abbey burned. What part of the revolt? The abbot starving us out of house and home? Otto's murder? I thought that would have been a good painting. Well, there was an attempt to talk to the abbot. There was, until Otto was killed. After that, the monks shut themselves up in the Abbey library. Meanwhile, that bastard abbot only cared for how many pendings he could get from us. Brigitte, don't forget to twist the ends in. You can't have it looking like a Christmas hedgehog. I'm getting there, Mom. I've learned modern and craft well enough, haven't I? I can manage this. Yes, well, after your father died, I've got no one left to nag besides you and that husband of yours. Thank God I have both of you, as a matter of fact. What an old woman have her vices. The Gertner house was a bit sad. York always gets quiet around this time of year. Whatever for... I reckon because that family's been here hard-pressed since Peter died. Tassing's lost a good number of folk over the years, and feast days and celebrations make it harder to bear. You mean the revolt, right? The revolt, the murders... That fool Andreas had to meddle in everything. Didn't do too much good, if you ask me. Andreas Mahler? The artist? I thought he was my dad's friend. He was, and I can't fault your father for that. Master Mahler was an interesting man. He'd already meddled enough in Tassing after the Baron's murder that he held more sway than he knew. I understood it the first time. He wanted to save the old monk. I dare say he saw him as a father. And it was proven the prior was a witch, so I suppose he did some good for Tassing then. I think Weislav might be the only person left in Tassing who even remembers the old prior. That's when the trouble started. I say, the townsfolk saw a monk killed and the abbot was incensed. Then came the revolt, and Andreas Mahler happened to show up nearly the day of Otto's murder. The revolt accomplish anything? Well, the entire matter was a horrible bloody mess, but did restore peace in Tassing, by force. A shame it had to happen at all, I think. I knew the revolt was a bad idea from the start. Old Weislav will be the only one to know what happened inside the old church now, before the fire. Some like to say that things were always this bad, that violence was the only way, but it wasn't. Life got worse over the years. It wasn't like this when I was a child, not in my grandparents' time either. Sure, the abbot was pinching the townsfolk and the peasants were suffering, but to go against the church? But like you said, things weren't always so bad. They fought to make things right. Are my people then? What kind of good comes from violence? I have never seen Peter so angry. That soldier even warned Peter, but nothing would stop him besides steel. So, nothing got better? At all? No, not as I see it. The Lord is just as severe as the abbot was, and threatens force at every turn. That's life. You can struggle and die to accomplish something, and nothing changes. The dead are luckier. They died leaving they changed something. We're stuck with the harsh reality. This is all you've known, Magdalene. You've grown used to it. We all have. It's important to share our suffering with the younger generations. Maybe they can change something. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Good luck, Magdalene. I assume it's about 3 o'clock now? Nay, 4 o'clock. Alright, let's go get a drink. I think it's drinks o'clock. Over to... Actually, I wanted to say hi to Paul and baby Andreas first. And Ulrika. Hello, Magdalene. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Anna. How are you? Oh, keeping busy. There's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Well, mentioning your progress is quite impressive. Oh. That's high praise for a councilman. Truth be told, he enjoys following your progress. I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrika by sometime to see your progress. We won't get in your way, of course. I'm sure they'd love to learn about it. You're all more than welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. You'll miss the new batch to keep the wall moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's so cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I've had a similar problem when I helped my mother in the bakery. Rolling dough in winter was such trouble, we had to throw out so many batches that wouldn't rise. Your discipline is admirable, Magdalene. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. Skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. Well, wasn't Big York as the... Oh no, York has always been more hardworking than me. I was a thief and a scoundrel. Started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets I found around town. Ulrica's little hat once even belonged to Andreas Mahler, your father's friend. Of course, stealing is against the Lord's commandments. Hey, Jacob Black, I'm doing well. We're trying to finish this game, so we're at 5.5 hours. So, you know, but we're having a great time with it. It's Christmas. We get a lot of good stuff. My father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already, and march me to church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. Guess you got tired of saying Ave Marias? And yes, you have noticed the cosplay stream. So, you know, you want me to dress up as Andreas Mahler. I want me to dress up as Andreas Mahler. Do make sure you contribute to those to help happen. That was part of it. I grew out of the habit over time. I think I start to see why my parents had such a devotion to the Lord. Soon it was my way of acting out. When the trouble started in town, I realized my thieving wasn't doing any good. So I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace with Andreas and Ulrika on their hard days. With the rest of the town, too. I think Ulrich would be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. That means more than you know. I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of mural work to do. Oh, good. What were you reading? I got a new book on the history of the index, which is, you know, peak nerd shit, but it looks like a very good book. Just, you know, on history of indexing, which is unusual and neat. Hey, how's Václav doing? Ring ring, Václav. Nope, that's the shrine. Hi, Diana. There you are. Oh, look at Magdalene. You getting ready for the Christmas celebrations? Cronus along with everyone else in town. I've been here for Christmas. I meant to move on, but the snow. Right, came fast this year. You told me your father was injured. How is he? Don't know, Václav. He's not doing well. I'm sorry, but I will hope for the best. I don't want to keep you from your tasks. Václav, do you want to come to the Christmas feast? Kind of you to offer. My beliefs of my... well, how I look. It's best if I stay out here. I'll be fine, but thank you. I'll see you later then. Merry Christmas, Václav. Merry Christmas. Hard line, no potato. We are close to being a potato zone. We are so close to being a potato zone. I'm so excited. They're fancy. Casimir? Alexander? Well, if it isn't Magdalene? You're learning everyone's names, I guess? Alas, if here's the good people of Tassing are the only audience I will have until the pass is cleared. It seems only right that I attempt to put myself on friendly terms with you and your neighbors. I apologize for not introducing myself sooner. I am Alexander. This is my partner, Casimir. We are musicians by trade, travelers by necessity. The weather trapped us on our way back to Würzburg for our Christmas celebration. I'd hoped to win the Meister Singer competition there, but alas, we are trapped here until the pass clear. Master Singer, members of a guild for lyric poets, composers, and singers for unaccompanied art songs. Meister Singers perform in regular competitions, often held at our art house or church. How are you finding Tassing? Everyone has been quite kind, and no one has thrown anything at me for my music. Considering the circumstances, I'm counting that as a success. I have to admit I was quite upset that I had missed my opportunity to sing at the Master Singer competition. The Meister Singer. M-E-I, right? Meister. Meister Singer competition. He practiced so much for it. Yes, it's hard to not to view the last year as a waste. Really? The whole year's a waste? Ah, it seems like it. I don't know, maybe I'll view it differently someday. I felt like everything was building up to this one performance, I know it's not going to happen. You have an audience here, the people of Tassing. And perform for them I will. I love performing for people wherever I go. When I sing for people, I want to move them. I want to see it on their faces. It's only in that moment that I can connect with them. That's the only truth I know. Meistersinger judges will rate me as they will, but that's not why I want to perform for them. I want to move the masters the way they moved me. Does that make sense? And his approval means a lot. I think we all want the approval of those who came before us, and someday someone will look to me for approval. Hard to imagine. I'm sorry, just feeling a bit melancholy, I suppose. Cheer up, Christmas is here. Of course, in our darkest hours, the birth of our Saviour reminds us that dawn will follow. Perhaps the Christmas feast will lift my spirits. Will I see you there? Absolutely. Almost everyone in town should be there. I look forward to it. Until then. Hi, Casimir. His hat is so good. Hello, Magdalene. You're Casimir, right? You're with Alexander, musicians? Yes, I play shawm and lute. He sings. Do you mind if I ask what happened to your voice? Rather not. Alright, I won't take up any more of your time. Base disability rep? Thanks. God bless you. I think that's disability rep right there. So he is, I mean, he is Polish, but yes, clearly everyone in Poland knows about Casimir, or knows about Nicholas Copernicus, right? Right, that's how that works? Hello, Magdalene. Hello, hon. Did you need something? Just wanted to see what you were doing. Well, I was just about to leave. Just to go meet Big York soon. Hi. Stuff in the forest needs doing. Like what? To lift logs. Why would you do that? We lift big logs to do stronger. It's a contest. Matthew's also disability rep, yes. People have had palsy, right? Piero had palsy, and Benedict, no, one of the sisters has arthritis. Does anyone else participate in this contest? Not usually. There aren't many others in Tassing strong enough, other than Big York. Simon's big, like Sepp was, but he's not interested. He's always busy taking care of the farm. Maybe Apollo can join us one day. He's been getting stout the last few years. Alright, who's winning so far? York. But barely, I've been gaining on him. He's growing older and softer with his council work. I'll, good luck with that. You're welcome to join us, Michael. Small logs, that would suit me. Plenty of trees in the forest. We'll find you what you need. Maybe I'll put some meat on those bones. Sure, maybe I'll drop by. Christ, Jordan will get a kick out of that. Look, we're just inventing Highland games. You really mean it, right? I should get back to work now. Until later. But yes, also, yeah, Margareta being blind from a botched, or semi-botched, cataract surgery. Right? Want a good disability rep in this game. Right? Another place where this game does phenomenally. Anyway, Voicelove. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Voicelove. I have another question for you. Oh? When I was exploring the Abbey for the mural background, I stumbled upon some stray cats. Were there a lot of cats during your time? Yes, as a matter of fact, there were. There were always cats around the Abbey, but one summer they started begging for food. Persistent little creatures. Brother Lucas swears he never fed them, but I have my doubts. They seem to have made the Abbey their home now. Ha! Good for them. At least someone's making use of that old structure. Thank you for telling me, Magdalene. Be well, Voicelove. God bless you and your father, Magdalene. Hello. Hello. Do you need something? Fine enough, weather's getting colder. Healthy and hardworking, Simon's taking care of winter provisions. He's a good boy, proud of him. And you know how beautiful and kind-hearted Yuta is? Just like her mother, I don't know how I got so lucky. She's a miracle. She'll marry a good man soon, I'm sure. You have someone in mind? My young Utz is a good man, I've noticed. He's unmarried, after all. All the same, when Yota has children one day, they'll be beautiful and kind just like their mother. There are worse things to be, I guess. I did my best to raise her right, but the best qualities are all hail of it. Give yourself a little credit, Hans. Kind of you to say, Magdalene. I should, get back to it. Till later. Really? Alright, Yetta, let's talk. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Magdalene, how's the weather? We've been prepping for the feast in here all day. It's been colder than I remember it being for decades. At least we're in here where we can keep our fingers warm. You better keep your fingers out of my dough, Master Bauer. I didn't do anything. You stuck your little fingers into my cookie dough 3 times today. Do it again and I'll wrap your knuckles with the back of my spoon. Don't anger Mistress Matilda, Simon. Yes, sir. Sorry, Mistress Matilda. We need enough dough to make cookies for the entire town. You can't be eating it all. Anyway, what did you come in for, Magdalene? I was hoping you could tell me what you remember of the revolt. I was too young to remember much of it. No one ever seems to talk about it, and Mistress Matilda and Master Voislav, you two are the only ones left who used to live in the Abbey. The only ones who stayed, anyway. Although I had been friendly enough with the people in town. We put it behind us in time. You can imagine the other brothers had little reason to remain. Old Adolf made it out. I think Father Garno paid for him to go back to an abbey in Cornwall. I'm not sure what happened to the others. All gone, in any case. The whole thing is a sensitive subject, Magdalene. Why are you asking? Well, the stories seem to conflict. There was so much going on that night, no wonder everyone remembers it differently. Wait, Magdalene, here. Come cut out some cookies with me first. That way we don't fall behind while we chat. We'd be grateful for the help. Yes, cookies! Alright, Magdalene, cut out cookies from the dough and set them aside so Simon can put them on a tray. We'll need a good number in a variety of shapes, so don't hesitate to change which cutter you use. We have to have enough for the whole town, after all. Okay. Boop. Okay, Wait, what? Let me do it. Press. Let's see what I can do here to make this more efficient. That looks pretty good, right? Ka-chunk. Beautiful. Really? Is that too close to another one? Let me do it. Boo. Please. There we go. I think we can get a 4th in there, no problem. Alright, and then we wanna... And we'll do that. I don't like that. I leave a lot of dead space up there. That uses less. Okay, should be able to do that, no problem. And then one more here. Should be able to get another bird in right here. Nope, not quite. There we go. Should leave a nice gap right there for another diamond. And another diamond there. Beautiful. The circles are the hardest ones, I think. The circle just ends up like wasting a bunch of space. There's not a lot I can do about it. Like, how low can I get? About there, it looks like. Be a nice one for a heart right there. Beautiful. Leave a bit of space, but... it'll have to be good enough. Besides, the birds are better anyway. Come on. That should stick. Yeah. There we go. I mean, they're beautiful. These are absolutely gorgeous. Well, so many birds. I fear that the circles are going to be a bigger. That's the only one that fits in that spot, so. I think we've got enough birds, right? We have like 7 birds right now. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. It's the hearts and the circles that we're having trouble with right now. Because the hearts are just so big. Like... Nay. Nay. We could try and rotate that up there, I guess. I could fit another bird on the end, but that's about it. One, 2, 3, 4. Nine? That's not gonna let me? That clearly fits. Okay. That's fine. Is there anything more I can do here? Maybe I can squeeze one more out. No. I don't think there's any more I can squeeze out of that. Are you done? These look wonderful, thank you. I got the achievement. You can make more if you want, but it looks like we have enough. I think that's good for now. Thanks for helping, Magdalene. If I just giga-focus, I forget to talk about, you know, the game. But they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Looks like they may have just been butter cookies instead of pepper cookies, but... regardless of whether they're Pfeffernussen or, well, they're not Pfeffernussen because they're not little orbs. But regardless, you know, there's a lot good. I heard the Landsknechts came into town before the revolt and warned everyone to leave the Abbey alone. Things really have been talked about, or was it too late by then? There were some people who wanted to talk. Master Mahler worked hard to keep the peace, but after Otto was killed... Oh, Andreas. A shame how he died. We at the monastery were fond of him. Yes, he was. He had a personal dinner with the abbot to try and discuss things, I believe. Chat, I'm bad at baking, but I do have gingerbread. Loud crinkly noises! Loud crinkly noises! Panic! Stuff! Oh. Gingerbread. Oh. A pity they couldn't come to an agreement. Yeah, Andreas did a lot of good for Tassing, and Curacao too. Even the old abbot failed to admit that. He even revealed corruption in our own midst. The old prior Ferric had been doing witchcraft in the church. Still grieved I died in the Abbey fire. I know your father does too, Magdalene. Nah, not then. I couldn't even collect in the forest without a fee. Dad kept saying we couldn't live with higher and higher taxes. The night Otto died, the abbot was trying to excommunicate everyone for celebrating St. John's Eve. A lot of people thought the abbot killed him in revenge. Turns out it was Hannah, the innkeeper's wife. I still say she was pressured into it by the miller. Still, after Otto and Ulrich, that was too much. We burned the mill with both bastards inside. The abbot promised to help if Andreas found the person who killed Otto. All we wanted was to talk. The door of the Lance Connects to stop you? I had no idea the Lance Connects had arrived. It was too much for Peter. Lionheart was one thing. He just killed Ulrich, but to burn the Abbey. But when the Lance Connects saw the fire, thought they had another revolt on their hands. Even Father Gurno couldn't stop them. We all fled. Brother Florian saved as many as he could, but Peter was wrong to burn the Abbey, but what the soldiers did, that was awful. I thought the knights were supposed to protect people, like in Parzival. Rarely does real life match the heroism of stories, Magdalena. Dad died protecting me, stabbed in the chest. I don't even remember what he was wearing, but I remember how dark the blood was when we found him. Almost black, sticky, like treacle. Dad saw one of the soldiers in the face, but another was right there, and... Magdalene, can we stop talking about this? Of course, I'm sorry, didn't mean to upset you. Thanks, Magdalene. It's hard to discuss sometimes, you know? Good luck. See you at the procession later. Alright, we need to pick what we're doing, and then I think we got some stuff to be doing. Let's check in on our dad first, eh? Come on. We are so close to the end. I can almost taste it. Hello, Magdalene. Oh, wait, right, that's just the ginger. Yeah, how loud? I hope the crunching isn't too loud. But they are very crunchy cookies. Little, it's only 8 p.m. Christ, it's too damn cold. Shut your mouth, boy. We've done this festival every year. You won't die standing here for 5 minutes. Oh good, you made it, Magda. I was getting worried you would miss the procession. I would have missed the Pactenlauf for the world. The costumes are just too wonderful to miss, aren't they? I remember the masks scared me when I was little. Shh, it's starting. Wait, Ursula has a tiny one. Wait, look at how tiny the tiny one is. Oh, Artemis looks so lovely. I'd love to be the bright saint linear, leading off all the demons into the woods. That's the only type of boys that'll follow you, Artemis. Ulrich is completely unfazed. Uh-huh. These are so great. These are really, really good. They're exactly in line with 18th, 19th century Perkenlaufen masks and Krampuser and other, right? All these Christmas spirit masks from like the 18th century to today that survive all look exactly like this. This is so good. Sorry, Mom. Christina, see the Perchten? Named after the Germanic goddess Percha. Perchten are supernatural creatures similar to devils who follow Perchta in the wild hunt. Again, I don't think she's a god. I think she's based in derivation from St. Lucia and similar festivals with some syncretic elements. So scary. I don't like it. Shh, Andreas, you're alright. They're only costumes. Big masks our neighbors are wearing, remember? Ugh, it's so cold. Magdalena, do you want to be the bright saint or one of the Perchten? Are we a Perchten? Are we a spooky goober? We're totally spooky. I think the mask will get stuffy, but it'll be fun to take any part. You'll get your chance, don't worry. Tassing's on the Pactenlauf as long as I can remember. Everyone in town's been a part of the procession before. Well, except for you young ones yet. I wish Dad could be here. You'll see next year, surely. You can go home and describe it all to him. As beautiful as ever. As goddamn long as ever. Well, at least we're going to eat after this. True. Oh, hey, Mags. Whatever. Mags. You made it. I was worried for a minute you skip out on the fun. Merry Christmas, Mags. Merry Christmas, that's... Oh, Baltus made a special batch of beer. I heard you made cookies, too. Alexander and Kaz look like they're going to play something, too. Did you forget Casimir's name? Or are you giving everyone nicknames tonight? That's a secret, Mags. Go on, let's go get some food. The feast is so good, look at this. Ahem. Hey! Everyone listen up, Jorg would like to speak. Yes, thank you, Veronica. On behalf of the town council, I wanted to thank everyone for coming tonight. This year has been tough on all of us. We've had more snowfall than anyone can remember, and the early frost gave us a small harvest. Folk haven't come through the pass as often. Nico, you've been short on customers, and we've all missed the trade. Alexander Casimir, you've been kept from your journey. Yazio, the snow has kept you from returning home. I know we've all felt the lack of Klaus in town as he's been bedridden these past few months. And yet, the Lord has blessed us with each other, cheerful guests, and good company. Cheers. Amen. Thanks be to God. God bless. Even though this season has been rough, God knows we still have a lot to celebrate this Yuletide. Christmas time, referring to the pagan celebration of Yule on the winter solstice, this term was Christianized to refer to Christmas time. Yep. Simple enough. Yuletide. Andrea, you've made tools we wouldn't have gone without. Just practicing my trade. Dr. Stoltz, you've kept us all in good humors. I was proof of my experience you're in such cruel weather. From Magdalena, you've painted the mural for us. I wish my father was here to celebrate his close completion with you all. As do we all. Alexander Casimir, you spread good cheer in the early winter nights. Our pleasure, truly. And especially tonight, I think we should thank Baltus for making such a wonderful beer for us all to enjoy. Huzzah! Hooray! No, please. Nazio helped tremendously. It's thanks to him, really. Ah, well, grazia. And thanks to our Lord who has so graciously provided this feast. Or protect him. Yeah. Nice of the man's deep pockets. Casimir and I shall play later in the evening, so please come to us with songs if you have one in mind. Sing the Shepherd's Mission. Well, that's it, everyone. If I may, York, I'd like to bless this great feast our Lord has provided us. Of course, Father. Today we have come together to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Just as our Lord has provided for us with this meal, so too did Christ provide us with the bread of life. So please, join with me in prayer. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Now, please, everyone, I know Baltus made a fine beer, but remember that temperance is a virtue. Celebrate the Christ child as though his manger were here with us. Now, Magdalene, you're not wrong. He's really reaching this year, isn't he? Merry Christmas, everyone. Finally, let's eat. Where are you going? No. Hold on. Fine. Magdalene, you finally came over to say hello. This is how you use my full name now, have you? You asked me to. You've never listened to me before now. He's playing nice in front. Hello, Magdalene. Happy Christmas, Eva. Till. Magdalene, how good to see you. How's the mural coming along at the rat house? Almost finished with it, I hear? That's right. The last I heard about it, you were still working on the middle section. history of the saints, right? But the old Abbey ruins were hard to climb through. I wanted to paint it right. Oh, but the remains of the Abbey are so run down. That sounds dangerous. You went into the old Abbey, Magdalene? Without me? Why the hell would... You're clumsy Utz. Your big feet would only slow me down. I don't have big feet. Don't worry, your father had big feet, Utz. Different in other ways. I'm sure you will too. Huh. Oh my god. Tiny Andreas is adorable. Well, you clearly can handle yourself since you made it back without any problems. Don't worry about the dangers, not that I told you to go digging about down there, mind. Anyway, Magdalene, what are you painting on the mural now? I'm working on depicting the revolt, but I think I angered Agnes when I asked her about it. Oh, that's right, you were just a few years old then. God, has it been that long? Don't worry about Agnes. She acts cranky, but she's never truly upset with anyone. It took years for Tassing to recover after that night. Thank God we've come a long way since then. Father would be proud of what the town has accomplished. I think so too. You know, Magdalena, I think he'd be especially proud of you for memorializing Tassing in the mural. He would be thrilled to think that you've become a part of the family. Wait, are you proposing to marry? We're capable, you know, Magdalena. Marriage is the next stage in life for you. We'll have to speak with Klaus, of course, but you and Utz make a good match. Anyway, don't mean to keep you chatting away with us older folks. Have fun and Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Eva, Till. Merry Christmas, Utz. Merry Christmas, Max. Well, 0 out of 10. Mistress Magdalena. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Alexander. Merry Christmas, Casimir. Enjoying the night? Very much so, but cookies especially. I've had such a wonderful gingerbread in ages. Oh good, they are my crunchies. We were just here setting up to perform. Did you have a particular song in mind you want us to play? Between the two of us, we know all the Christmas songs between here and Spain. Lucretia meant to rejoice. A folk tune, one of Casimir's favorites. Once Kaz and I play will be prepared, we'll be sure to play that one. Merry Christmas, everyone! Since it's Christmas, Casimir and I wanted to share a special song with all of you in the spirit of giving. Please, enjoy.
In dulce jubilo, nun singet und seid froh, unsers Herzens Wonne liegt in Praesepio, und leuchtet als die Sonne latris in Cremio, Alpha es et O, Alpha es et O.
Frohe Weihnachten, everyone. Yeah, we're 2 days late, but Frohe Weihnachten anyway. Look. Simon is holding the beer in the mug, and that's like 98% of the challenge. Agreed, chat. Dance party. As we should. Bravo! Well done. Now let's play another. Thank you, truly. Please, return to your drinks. We'll be playing all night. Happy Christmas. It's beautiful. Hello, Magdalene. Happy Christmas to you. Good evening, Magdalene. Merry Christmas, you two. Ulrika, Andreas, say hi to Mistress Drukarin. Hi. Hi. No, Andreas, don't be shy. You know Mistress Magdalena. Sorry, Magdalene. He's still a bit quiet. That's right, there's a lot of commotion here tonight. Yes, I think Andreas is a little overwhelmed after the Perchtenlauf. Evil spirits in the woods. Safe? We'll dress up like monsters so the bright saint can lead the real monsters into the woods and out of town. I still don't like them. I like them! Fuzzy heads! Ulrika, you can look at the masks later. How did you like your speech, Magdalene? It's simple, I think, but not bad. That's my fault, I'm afraid. I put poor Jorg up to it. Werner insisted there be a speech. But Jorg did it justice. You can always count on him to speak from the heart, especially a few drinks in. Truthfully, I think much of the town needed some encouragement tonight. Tassing hasn't had such a hard season since the revolt. Yes, I'm sorry. It's Christmas. We shouldn't speak of such sad times. Still better days, then. Cheers to that. Well, there is no Latin proverb my dad used to say. Ignis aurum proat miseria fortes viros. That's not particularly good Latin. First is the test. Fire is the test of gold. Misery is the proof of strong men. Also, boo! Boo! Hard times make strong men theory go away. There's no question the revolt left Tassing worse off, but seeing the town now gives me hope. You're an artist, Magdalene. I think you can see it too. Something brighter for time. Yes, those miserable days give us the resilience we need to push ahead, make things better. The next generation, like you, or Jutta, and the twins, we always like to fight for ourselves. To snap the tyranny, even at the cost of losing our homes and lives. To all most nights I'm grateful for the revolt. Really? Oh yeah, you wouldn't remember, but life was already terrible before that night. The revolt burned away the dead wood that I rotted Tassing for decades. God knows my father was an evil man. His death released me from years of fear. The revolt gave me the courage to face him, to become better than him. Lenhart would, though, true. I think something of the same happened when the Abbey was destroyed. It's gone as they always did. Well, they'll be having such a Yule feast tonight. The cost was high, but resulted in just as much joy as grief. Really think so? God turns all things for good, even the darkest of nights. Because of the revolt, I can marry Paul, and we can supply grain to peasants at a fair price. Our children will grow up without the fear that ruled over my life as I got older. No moment in life is entirely good or bad, Magdalene. What matters more is how we choose to see it. Oh well, something I learned from one of Father Thomas' sermons. Took it to heart when my father died. Don't forget to take some time to have fun tonight, alright? Mommy, I want another cookie. Don't yell, sweetheart. Excuse me, it seems we have cookies to fetch. Of course, Merry Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Baltus. Werner. What? Merry Christmas, Werner? What's merry about it? Still family and friends coming together. Family, friends. Who needs that shit? By the grace of God, you do, Werner. Can I ask you, Balthazar? No, be merry, my friends. Drink and be merry. Finally, someone with some sense. Devil, cut your tongue, girl. You usually have plenty to say. Don't be so uncouth towards our friend, Werner. I've had enough of your righteous moralism. As you can tell, this ship has sailed long ago, Magdalene. Can't believe that. It's never too late. If God has willed it, there is little you can do, my dear. What he said. Fine then, be this way. Gladly. Now can I at least get myself another drink? Worry not, Magdalene, just enjoy the feast. Perhaps a dance later? We'll see. Until later, gentlemen. Happy Christmas, Magdalene. Magdalene, dear. Merry Christmas, Magda. God bless. Merry Christmas, everyone. How are you enjoying the feast? Utterly delightful. A hearty meal, a bug of Baltus' latest brew, everything a soul could wish for. Everything your ample belly could wish for. I am as God made me in his infinite wisdom. As it may prove helpful. Indeed, they were most satisfying. Ah, very tasty. Well done. It's so wonderful watching you grow into the person you are, Magdalene. Klaus must be proud. I thank you for the good talk. I agree with everything that's been said. Toast to Magdalene. Magdalene. Nozdravie! Salute! So happy I married you, Andre. The day I was inspired to come find you in Innsbruck was the most important day of my life. Oh, love at long last. We know the feeling, don't we, Vice Love? The path before us was filled with thorns and thistles, but we endured. Make sure to prepare for that, Magdalene. There will always be some thorns on the path. Well, it's nice for you, happy cub. I fear we've become too cold. Time will tell with us, I suppose. I'm not so young either. All things considered, it's best left for God to determine. I hope you all get whatever makes you happiness. Same to you, dear. Make most of this night. You've earned it. Bless you, Magdalene. Enjoy the feast. God bless you. The VOD will be here, Emma. Merry Christmas, Magdalene. Enjoying the celebration? It's a nice change of pace. Especially after having to work in this damned cold. I swear it seeps into your bones. Grandpa keeps saying there have been worse snows, but I swear I can't remember a colder winter. Winters that came so early the crops froze before we could harvest them. We had to do a special parking off that year, burn the crops in offering. Next spring we had a double harvest. Of course you did, old man. Anyway, like York said earlier, it's nice having a good company and cheap. We'll be glad to know he was missed. You're welcome, Magdalene. Klaus is a good man, and we don't miss him as part of the community. To be honest, I didn't expect to make a speech tonight, so I just thought about what happened in town this year. Really? Varga kept insisting that someone make a speech, so Paul said I was the most charismatic of anyone on the council. He said that? Well, he said I would make the least amount of people angry over it. Boltus said it was my charisma. Thanks. That's good. I'm glad people liked it. To be honest, I never thought I'd be someone people in Tassing listen to. But you've always been a part of the town council. I didn't always have a council, though. It wasn't until the night of the revolt, really, that I felt like I could do things on my own. Be my own man. I loved my father, but what he did, I thought it had doomed the town. No controlled her. We're lucky he didn't. Yeah, he almost did, but he chose to burn the Abbey. I always went along with him because he was my dad. He had to be right. That night was the first time I thought any different. Learned that night that you can fight for something right and still choose the wrong way to do it. So I would never let that happen again. The revolt broke down everything I thought I knew about Tassing, about myself. It made a lot of things better for Tassing, and that makes me hopeful. What do you mean? Well, our new lord is strict, but he made a deal with us. The council lets us govern ourselves. I was just grumbling earlier today. Jorg is right. Life changed in Tassing. And even though the first few years were hard, we're better for it now. No Abbot looking down on us, making stupid laws as he sees fit. Our Lord lives days away. As long as we pay our taxes, we're left alone. It's a better life for Artemis and Apollo than we had. Now you talk ill of my son, boy. He gave you everything he had. God rest his soul. I know, Grandpa. I think... Thank you, Magdalene. I've done the best I can to do right by the town, and Dad. You're his son. You've done him proud, boy. Thanks, Grandpa. Anyway, I'm waiting for another pint. Anyone else? Yes, bring a pitcher. You've had enough, Grandpa. Your humors might become unbalanced. Another for me, York. Magdalene? Get myself another later, thanks. Alright, we'll see you later then. Magdalene, Merry Christmas. That was everyone. So, Big York one more time? Hey, Magdalene, sorry to bother you during the feast. Oh, hello, York. Do you need something? When on the chatter around the revolt earlier had me thinking. You're nearly on with the mural, aren't you? Last time you talked with the council, you said you were working on the final portion, painting the revolt. Don't meet some nag during the feast, though. That's Veronica's job. I should have it done soon. I've been listening to people around town talk about the revolt so I can get a better idea of how to paint it. Everyone has a different idea of how that night happened. I think I finally settled on how I want to depict it. Yeah? Who? Oh no. I'll show Otto giving a speech and the soldiers in the distance. I'll paint the peasants burning the abbey on the mill and the lance cadets defending the monks. Nope. I think I'll show the aftermath of the revolt and paint the ruined abbey surrounded by everyone who died. Yeah, I think that's the best option. I don't love these. Right, that's painful. Like, I kind of want this. This is the most probably honest. But, oh man. The soldiers in the distance. That's a good perspective. It shows what happened without being too detailed about, well, what happened. I'm sure everyone will love it. Klaus will be proud of the design you picked. Eva will like that especially. Anyway, I'll get out of your way. You've got better things to do. I think Us was looking for you too. Can't get the word no through his thick head, can you? I should go home for the night. I've had enough of Us's flirting and I should check in on my dad. Tell him hello from all of us, alright? I will. Good night, York. Good night, Magdalene. So I'm worried about Father Thomas having bailed earlier. I'm super worried. God bless you and Merry Christmas, Magdalene. No, Merry Christmas, Sister Amelie. Oh, were we bothering you with the noise next door? No, not at all. Hearing people celebrating Christ's birth brings me great joy. Christmastide should be a hardening time of year for us all. All of us are a part of the body of Christ. When we come together in fellowship, things are made whole. People need Christmas in the depth of winter to remind them that spring will return. And we will all have a chance to live again. Magdalene, who is that? Someone who's been following me. Please excuse me, Sister Amelie. I need to check on my father. Of course. God bless you. Thank you, sister. Uh-oh. Spooky man in a hood? The door is open. Someone here? Dad? Is it time? Oh, thank God. Magdalene, is that you? What's the matter? Someone standing near the house. The door was open. Afraid something might have happened to you. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything. Been asleep most of the day. Most of the evening, too. I'm worried about you, Magdalene. You're worried about me? You're working too hard. I know taking care of me takes up so much of your time. I know how hard you've been working on the mural. But... for Christmas. I know. Damn near an impossible task given the size of that rat house. Maybe we did just one wall. I'm not going to make it, Magdalene. I know. It's alright. This is just life. I'm glad I'm going before you, even if it's sooner than either of us would like. I've already seen too much death in my time. I just wanted to show you what I could do. I wanted you to be proud of me. Oh no. Chad, I'm not ready. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I have been. Every day of your life. You never need to prove anything to me. I wish I could stay to see the mural when you finish it, but I don't need to. And it'll be more beautiful than anything these old hands have ever made. It's true though, I mean, I got along alright. Always knew you'd surpass me before long. I can already see things that I never could. See things and make them real. I'm trying. You're doing it. Whether I die tonight, or tomorrow, or the next day, I'm not going to be here much longer. One morning you're going to wake up and you'll have to do things for yourself. Love things for yourself, and you'll have to share it with the world. Love is the only reason to do anything in this life. Oh, all this talking. Too much. Can you bring me something to eat? Of course, Dad. You haven't eaten all day. And I missed the Christmas feast, too. I can't believe no one brought me a cookie. I'll go get some soup. I know, Klaus... I feel that Klaus has drawn the short end of the sticks ever since Lawrence kidnapped Andreas for an awkward dinner. Yeah. Well, hello. Klaus? I'm sorry, Klaus. About everything. You're... here. I've been trying to keep Magdalene safe. I've been trying to figure it out this whole time. After the fire, it's all I could think about. This, that, and them. They've never left me. They're all still there, all in the dance of death. The Baron, Piero, Ferenc, Hannah, Peter, Otto, Caspar. August. And now you. Dad? Oh God, it's you! Who are you? What are you doing to my father? Magdalene, it's alright. It's alright. I'm sorry. No, I've forgotten my manners after all these years. And you've likely forgotten my face, or what it once was. Magdalene, this is Andreas Mahler. Back from the dead. The earliest memory I have is of you running into a burning library. I'm sorry. I don't understand. No one could have survived that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. I don't understand, Andreas. Where have you been all these years? Hiding from the world. In the ruins, mostly. Sometimes in the woods when it was warm. Stealing bread from Gret, stealing books from you. Oh, so I wasn't going crazy. It's something that's kept my mind from forgetting what words are. Wait, how did you survive the fire? With some difficulty. I grabbed as many books as I could and placed them in the scriptorium. The nerd continues. When the smoke got too thick, I started to black out. The next thing I remember was Caspar pulling me into the crypt. Your apprentice? The boy? You sent him back to Salzburg. He didn't leave. He went in the woods and watched what was happening. When he saw me in the window of the library, he ran through the crypt to save me. And he did. But he saw I was trying to save the books and... Oh, Christ. He went back in. I couldn't stop him. I was barely conscious. He never came back out close. When I woke up, everyone was dead or gone. I couldn't face any of you. Couldn't go back to Sabina, that empty house. So I hid. You painted over the Dance of Death in the Abbey. Turns out I had a reason to keep painting. I'm sorry if I scared you. No one's come into the Abbey for years. I thought I was safe there. I was afraid to talk to you. Afraid to talk to anyone. Did you leave us those notes? The ones with the purple writing? Ah, no, those were written by a different occult hand. One that does not want you to finish your mural. One that has killed and may kill again to stop you from telling Tassing's history. Tassing's history? Why? Because Tassing's real history is at odds with the story we've all been told. It's been covered bit by bit, layer by layer, until it could no longer be seen. But it's still here. It's always been here, hidden beneath our feet. Still protected, haunted by the specter of death that has hung over this place for generations. The Threadpuller. Threadpuller? Beneath our feet? What are you talking about? The person who attacked your father is the same person who manipulated someone to killing Otto Zimmermann. And Lawrence Rothvogel. Yes, and they travel through the Roman aqueduct that connects Tassing and Kyrsa. It's a network of tunnels I've become quite familiar with. I've seen the ghost that haunts them that can squeeze through the tiniest opening. I've seen it bend itself in half to reach in places I could never follow. I've traveled along every inch of the aqueduct in the old city, but there is one place I have never found. The lair where the Threadpuller retreats to. The ancient Roman temple that is determined to hide from view. The Mithraeum! You found it? No. I mapped out the darkness between the collapsed tunnels. I believe I know how to get there. Come with me. I'll show you. Dad? He's a good man, Magdalene. You'll be safe with him. Will you be alright? Yes, I'll be fine. Protect my daughter, Andreas. With my life, Klaus. I promise. Alright, let's find the Mithraeum. Andreas! The rat house? What are we doing here? When the men dug the foundation, they found Roman ruins that had been buried over time. I'm lucky never wasted stone, so I used the Roman wall as one of the cellars. There's a way. Inside. To the hidden place. Are you alright? Yes? Alright. Into the Rathskeller. Oh, Andreas is having a bit of a stoop right there. Alright, this wall is different. Does that mean this is the place? No, it's two-sided. New and old. This was above ground once. It carried water. Look. Cornelius iret boneo et complet sextum gradum in Mithraeum. Cornelius today and 6 Mithraeum? Cornelius goes to the baths today and completes the 6th ran in the... or the 6th rank in the Mithraeum. Sextum gradum, of course. You see? No, there are cults of Mithras all over the Roman Empire. We know that there was a Mithraeum in Tassing, but this is just some graffito from an initiate. How does it help us? Well, here. Let's go, Andreas! What's wrong with you? Huh? Oh. Well, many things probably, physically and mentally. No time to talk about that now, come on. There's the aqueduct. Yes, and take us to the baths, and then to the Mithraeum. Alright. After you, please. I love how completely referential he is. Oof. Manu propria. What is that, by the hand of fate? God, I'm so happy he's here. Andreas the hobo. Extremely based of you. For decoration. These must have been the baths. It doesn't look like there's a way through. Silt. All the floods kept carrying it down here. Hundreds of years of floods. What if we can't get through? What if it's buried forever? It's too early to get this discouraged. Let's keep looking. Oh, he's just got... Oh, sneaky. Hello. More stairs down? Would something be below the bath? Hypocaust. They used warm air to heat the rooms above. Roman colonies in the north often had them. Let's hope they'll have them filled with silt as well. No, I mean the library section is the library section, but this is the other library section. Do you know where we're going? These pillars just kind of go on in all directions. Andreas, could you look that way? I think I'm going to try exploring ahead. Of course. Yeah, I'm old. You're still there, right? Okay. Ah! How could you abandon your work, Andreas? I thought you were a true artist, a master of your craft. And all you created was misery. The only thing more pitiful than watching your work in that scriptorium was your love of that dying art. Piero? Ah. What the heck? Why is everything shaking? I had thought you understood what I was forced to do. Your callousness killed us all. Master, why did you send me back into the flames? Ah. Ah. Oh! No. No, this isn't right. I can't be here right now. How did I get here? Andreas, you're still here. Yes, for a little longer. I thought I had gone mad. Not yet. Not entirely. But you have been on this road for a long, long time. You must leave this place forever, Andreas. You must abandon it for good. But how? What can I do? I don't even know how I got here. This was once a place of refuge for you, Andreas. It has become a prison you constructed to protect yourself. From what? From pain? From risk? from life itself. But I can't stay here. I have to help Magdalene. How do I get out? Andreas, you are the architect. I will help you as best I can, but you are the only one who can answer that. Nope, that just goes back into the flames. Hello, Andreas. Is that you, Sabina? Yes, of course. I'm still here. Part of me will always be here with you. We haven't talked in so long. Why? You remind me of August. Remind me. Wasn't all bad, Andreas. We lost him, but we had 4 years together. They were happy years, weren't they? They were. But then they ended, and it felt like life ended with them. I know. It was hard for both of us. I don't blame you for anything. You should stop blaming yourself. It may be too late for us, but it's not too late for you, Andreas. It's not too late for Magdalene. Yes, Magdalene. I have to help her. You can, Andreas, but you have to leave this place behind for good. I know. I can. I will. You will. Thank you, Sabina. Will I ever see you again? Not in this place. But maybe someday, in a better place. In a better dream. No, nothing here? Okay. The fact that it's a hellmouth burning is wild. God, the hellmouth in the center consuming the entire conflagration is amazing. Master Andreas. Oh. Caspar. It's really you. It's good to see you again, Master. How can you say that? You died because of me. I just wanted to help you, Master Andreas. You couldn't think straight. You shouldn't blame yourself anymore. What should I do? Get back to life, I think. No, I wish I knew how. Help Magdalene, Master. And she'll help you. Alright, Caspar. Thank you. Thank you for everything you taught me. What happened? This was the way out. Before I started talking to Caspar, I know this was the way out. Your mind is fighting itself, Andreas. It remembers the pain of life. It's trying to protect you from it. Beatrice? Yes? I thought you were gone. You brought me back. Oh. So, what do I do now? Keep going. Yes, we are trying to escape the Hellmouth before it consumes everything and kills Magdalene. Because that would be bad. I think we need... Oh no. You too. It's been so many nights, so many years without seeing your face. Thought I had forgotten it. He's so cute. I knew you were still here though, quietly waiting for me. I can't change the past, can't cover it up. It's always there under the surface, no matter how I try to bury it. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's alright. What? It's alright, Daddy. It is? You don't have to hide here anymore. I'm scared, August. I know. But that's why you can't stay. There are people who need you. It's so hard to let you go. I know, Daddy. But you have to. I know. You're right. Thank you. I love you, Daddy. Aw. No, I love you too. Good night, August. Good night. I've shifted again. The walls. It's still trying to protect you. No. It's not? No, I mean... No, I don't have to do this. This is my mind. My maze. And I'm leaving. Good. This next part might be confusing. Hi, Beatrice. What? I love it. Beatrice is Our Lady of the Labyrinth. I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. Did I make this? You borrowed it. From where? From what? There are layers to everything, even our memories. Over time, the foundations become buried. We can no longer recall how we got here, no longer recall what came before. And what came before? Our Lady, watching over the labyrinth as I watch over you. And even this has reached deep into the past. There was not always a lady to watch over the labyrinth, but there was a labyrinth. What? I don't understand. Sister Amelie? Is this real? Am I still in my mind? God, look at this! This Mithraeum's amazing! You are here with me, and we are here in spirit. Are we still in the ruins? We are in the tabernacle, the heart of the labyrinth. Your spirit was wandering, and the Lord brought you here. But I don't understand. How did you leave your cell? I have not. We are only here in spirit, Andreas. Is this real? Am I finally experiencing that which I've only read about in the testimony of mystics? I told you long ago that reading cannot communicate a spiritual experience. But yes, this is real and you need not be afraid. Have faith. If you are here with me, it is the Lord's will. Andreas? Sister Amelie? What are you doing here, sister? This is the center of the labyrinth, the tabernacle. It is where the Lord sends my spirit to do His will. Belly and Arvorum Vincamas Dunam et etiam solum invict. Oh, we conquer the moon and even the unconquerable sun on the panel with Diana. Exuperamus, let's see, we overcome the god of war and... I don't know what Arvorum is. He has also guided your spirits here. There must be a purpose to it. Sister, we're looking for the Mithraeum. Is this it? Mithraeum? No. This is the tabernacle. Not a place of wood and stone, but a place of spirit. The Lord has called me to this place for many years. Father Mars, by the way. He always made His will known to me. Soon He will make it known to you. Sister, how does your spirit come to this place? Through the door between life and death. When my spirit hears the call, it descends through my grave. Here the Lord tells me what messages I must bear and to whom. How? It was almost impossible for us to reach this place. I used to think my affliction, my pain, was a curse. I know now it was a gift from God. A gift that allows me to bend my body as I bend my soul to His will. There's no place in Tassing or Curacao He cannot reach through me. Wait. I thought they had given up the pen forever, until the visions returned. And Amelie is the person who wrote the notes. No! When fire took my Abbey, I couldn't save my sisters. Not one. All I could grab was a single book and a bolt of cloth. I couldn't understand why God had spared me alone. But He showed me. God had a higher purpose for me, for my hand. Father Thomas explained it to me. He makes everything clear. He tells me what I must do, what the Lord wills me to do. It was you. This whole time, you wrote the notes. I found one by my dad when he was attacked. Sister Amelie, you pushed those people into committing murder. What? No, that can't be true. The Lord would not use me for such a purpose. But calm yourself, sister. We'll figure this out. This doesn't make any sense. Why would Amelie want anyone dead? No, I wouldn't. He wouldn't. There was nothing in his messages about murder. No. I am not here. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Ah! Sister Amelie, it's all right. Father Thomas, how did you get down here? Tassing is an old place. It's buried many ancient roads and tunnels over the centuries. People walk above the hidden ways every day without even knowing it. Though in truth, it was Sister Amelie who rediscovered them first. I found this place. Father Thomas. Did you? In other circumstances, I would be overjoyed to see you, Andreas. In truth, I am still happy you are alive. Thank God. But I think the occasion of this reunion leaves little to rejoice about. You! You and Sister Amelie were... No, she had no part in this. But the notes, she wrote them. She did, but she did not understand their purpose. I guided her. I told her what to write. You abused her love and her trust for your own purposes. He who wishes to follow love's way must regard neither cost nor shame, nor pain he must stand to everything, even her most terrible commands. I was ashamed to admit it, but yes, I did. To what end? What was the point of all of this? Look around you. What do you see? Paintings of Roman gods, Mars and Diana. Look closer. It looks like the statue of St. Moritz from the meadow. And the shrine of images of St. Satya from the shrine. I don't understand. It's St. Moritz and St. Satya. And Mars and Diana. The saints are the gods. When the Romans left Tassing, their buildings, their temples, their statues remained. Christians settled here centuries later. They found time-worn fragments of that imperial grasp. The statue of Mars Pater that once watched over the Roman fields stood there still, headless and nameless. The settlers believed it was St. Moritz, who was already a legend where they had come from. They found the shrines to Satya, and not understanding she was an aspect of Diana, believed she was another local saint. It's not uncommon for stories to borrow and change characters from older tales. But these are not stories, Magdalena. These are saints. Our saints. The settlers did not see them through pagan Roman eyes, but through Christian eyes. No one knew there was Roman gods. They were Roman gods, because there was no account of what the Romans did and left here. Except for Historia Tassiae. But Historia Tassiae was not known then. Perhaps it had not even been written then. Who knows how long that book had been lost for before it made its way to Father Matthias. And you killed him for it. Yes, with poison. No one suspected. But what, you killed someone? God forgive me. I did, yes. When Father Matthias learned that there was no evidence that St. Moritz had ever come to Tassing, that the shrine to him in the meadow was a statue of Mars that the Romans had erected hundreds of years ago, that St. Satya was the Roman goddess Diana, he resolved to deal with it. And you resolved to deal with him. I'm going to punch him in the face. Andreas, our people believe in St. Moritz. They believe in the miracles God has worked through his hand. And they believe in the legend of St. Satya, that she helped Moritz and watches over Tassing still. That was worth killing the abbot? I believed it was then, yes. If St. Moritz never came to Tassing, what is in the reliquary? What are the pilgrims coming to see? What does it mean for the people who prayed to him, to St. Satya, and believed their prayers were answered? What does it mean for the church that has given people hope, fixed like a false star in a dark sky? If the people have reason to doubt the validity of the saints, can they doubt the church? Can they doubt the gospel, the word of God? Do you have so little faith in ordinary people, Father Tom? I have faith in God. And I have seen firsthand what can happen when people become disconnected from our God. When people believe that all just authority is false, that their own education and reason are superior to divine truth. I've got a guy you'll love to meet, Father Thomas. His name's Nicholas Copernicus. He just died 6 months ago. You'll meet him soon, don't worry. You've always told us that we have to accept Christ with our own free will. Yes, of course, but preserving the legends of our saints doesn't interfere with individual volition. You are preserving a lie. I preserved a lie to illuminate greater truth. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. If you believe this, if you truly believe this, eternal life is yours. And saints have walked among us, and their relics work miracles, and they hear our prayers and answer them. And the two that protect this town were never here. They don't need to know that, Andreas. There were times when God feels so far away from us in these mountains. But a peasant in Tassing can stand in a field, look over our valley, and say, Saint Moritz was here. God was with us, and He is with us still, and He will be with us always. And that is the truth, even if the legend of Saint Moritz is a lie. So many people have died because of what you've done. I know this is hard to believe, but I was trying to save lives, to prevent death. One murder didn't solve the problem, did it? Because one day Baron Rotvogel rode into town with another copy of Historia Tassing. A copy he promised to give the abbot so Kirsau could come to terms with its past. If Father Gerner read its contents, you would be facing the same danger you saw in Father Matthias. In retrospect, given how Father Gerner chose to run the Abbey, my fears may have been unfounded. Sentiment didn't prevent you from doing it again. You're right, it didn't. Then why Otto? Certainly he didn't have anything to do with the Historia Tassier. He couldn't even read. In the end, his murder provoked Peter and the others into destroying the Abbey. I never thought that would happen. I underestimated Peter's anger and the peasants' frustration. Seem to have a difficult time reading people, Father. It appears that way, yes. I was trying to prevent Otto from showing people what he found. What he found when he was helping to dig the foundation of the Rathaus. Something from our pagan ancestors? No, not quite so old. What he found was a stone head. The missing head of the statue in the meadow, the statue at the shrine of St. Moritz. How did it wind up over there? Most likely culprits are rain, floods, and time. Black told me the farmers find old tools and pottery in the fields every year. Yes, and this had remained hidden for centuries. It sat in the soil until Otto found it. He was going to show everyone that God had favored the town with his discovery. What I could not know is that the Arshrine statue was not of St. Moritz, because Otto could not read the words chiseled across the helmet. Mars Pater. But the man he entrusted with this information, the town priest, could. Yes. And you told him to meet you on St. John's Eve at the Rathaus. Could not let him destroy our town's beliefs. Did your poor sister Amelie write down what you told her were visions, visions she couldn't remember, and deliver them in the night to Guy, to Hannah, to Martin, so that one of them would murder Otto just as someone murdered Lawrence? What about my father? I'm sorry, Magdalene. I've next to you my whole life. How could you? None of this was easy for me. I always thought I was doing what needed to be done. Was it because of the mural? Yes. Klaus pursued the project with the determination of a guilty man doing penance. Kept digging and digging for answers about Tassing's past. Kirsau's past. I was afraid that sooner or later he would find out about Moritz, Satya, this place, everything. So you tried to kill him. No, you tried to scare him. First with a note, but he ignored it. But if I ransacked the workshop, it would scare him off. I didn't expect him to come down so quickly. It was just an accident. It wasn't an accident, you almost killed him. No. So what are you going to do now? Kill me? Kill Magdalene? No, of course not. I have neither the means nor the will to do so. But even if I can't stop you from telling people what I've done, I can stop them from finding this place. No! Father Thomas, stop! Too late for me, but I can still take Tassing's secrets with me. This is the most Game of the Rose, or Name of the Rose. Father, you're going to kill us all. You're going to kill Amelie. Then leave and take her with you. You can tell the townsfolk what you want, but if you stay here, we'll die together. Killing yourself and destroy the church just to hide this secret? Churches can be rebuilt more easily than faith. I'm willing to pay the price for that. Father! Go! Are you alright? I think so. You? Truth? No. But I survived. And so did she. I think. They must have heard that at the Golden Hand. The entire church collapsing? I'd hope so. What are we going to tell them? What do you mean? About this? About everything? Why wouldn't we just tell them the truth? For the same reason Father Thomas hid it. Please explain, Andreas. I'm just not sure it makes sense. What good will it do to tell everyone about St. Moritz and St. Satya? Maybe Father Thomas was right about that, if nothing else. Nah, maybe it would break their faith. Suppose the people... I think he's wrong. The people here have enough faith to hear the truth. You know them better than I do. Especially since I've been away for so long. Thought understanding this would feel better. Found out who did all of this. Who attacked my dad? It's not like we can bring anyone back. We can't undo any of the hurt he caused. Father Thomas won't be able to hurt anyone else. Maybe he never would have. I think you're right. We should tell them. About the saints, the Romans, all of it. I hate that doing the right thing feels so awful. I'm sorry. I am too, but I still think it's what we need to do. Then we'll tell them. Good. We should get Sister Amelie someplace warm. We can take her to my house. It'll probably have some explaining to do. A lot, I think. It's been a long time coming. Right, it's also, right, it's Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's Brother Jorge from The Name of the Rose. The devotion of a fanatic with no understanding of the people that get hurt behind it. Who is so completely convinced that he is right, that he will go to any length to preserve something. Glad you didn't. I am too, I think. Merry Christmas, Andreas. Merry Christmas. Let's go. Oh. Magdalene, you made it back. Andreas and Sister Amelie and I all made it back. Sister Amelie? Well, is she in the church? I heard a terrible din and the house shook. Is everything alright? Our neighbors probably think the world is ending, so it could be better. Alright. Are you alright, Dad? Yes, I'm sorry. Just tired. Sit by me. Tell me what happened. Is this officially a Christmas game? Yes. I think Andreas might still be a little crazy, Dad. Starting the rat house, well, the rat scholar. Andreas found an old Roman message that pointed to the Mithraeum. Huh. Well, we went into the aqueduct. The sections we found must have been closed off for centuries. Found an old Roman bathhouse. Couldn't go through, so we found our way down to a level under the bath. I think Andreas said it was a hypocaust? Andreas got separated from me. I was really afraid I'd lost him, that we'd both gotten lost down there. Then I heard his voice out in the distance and I was so relieved. Dad? Are you still listening? No. Oh. No. January, February, March, April. Yep, around the time the passes open back up. I know it's hard. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is. But we will do all our best to make you feel welcome when you get here. Strange to think this will probably be the last letter I send to you. So I end it with my love. Esther. Magdalena? Chapter 9. The Beginning. April 1544. Yes? I am sorry to disturb you, but I wanted to let you know that everything is in order. Baltus has ensured that all the financial matters will be handled. The money will be forwarded to you via the Reich Post as soon as everything is settled. I appreciate it. Please thank him for me. Let him forget his commission for the work. As a representative of his bank, it would be remiss of me to do so. I did not know your father well, but I know he was well regarded by everyone who spoke of him. Seems that Tassing has lost many things in one man. I'm very sorry. Thank you. Good fortune to you. Nyatsu is great. Alright, we're packed up. Oh, it's just fully gone. Hi there, folks. Are you sure you'll have everything you need, Magdalene? I think so, thank you. I made you something to take with you on the road. It's chamomile, cinnamon, and wheat flour. If you're traveling and you're having cramps. I know, I'll use it. Well, Hildegard's recipe just called for chamomile and wheat flour. I added the cinnamon for taste. I'm so sorry about what happened to your father. Thank you. Mother Franziska had us all say prayers for him. And for you as well when she heard you were leaving. Well, that's so sweet. Please thank her for me. I will. I'll miss you so much, Magdalena. I'll miss you too. God bless you. Safe travels. Magdalene, I can't believe you're really leaving. I'll miss you all dearly. The boys will miss you even more. Yours at least. Oh, don't tease him. I think he's really having a hard time of it despite appearances. I'll go easy on him. That's kind of you. I appreciate it. Safe travels and God bless you. Oh, hey Max. I'm really sorry about your dad. He was always nice to me. My mom says he was a good man. He was a good dad. Thanks. I should get going. Thanks. Magdalene. Sure you don't want to marry me? Load of bitterest sorrow lies heavy. Joy to me is a stranger, gladness a fleeting guest. Don't know what any of that means, but I think it means no. Look after your mother, Utz. Good morning, Mistress Druckeren. Are you off soon? Yes, Father, just saying my last few farewells. Of course, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to know you or your father, God rest his soul. I am too. Don't let those bohemians put any heretical ideas in your head. Once the pernicious seeds take root, they can choke the faith right out of you. I will keep my guard up, Father. Good, good. Keep the faith. God bless you, Father Elias. God bless you and your travels. God bless you as well, Sister Amelie. Are you leaving today? I am. I'm just heading up to the mill in a bit. I'm so sorry for everything that happened. Well, that was winter. It's spring now. True. We must all try to live again. Thank you for helping me. Do you know what you'll do now? Will you become an anchoress again? I don't know, honestly. Father Elias is trying to help me, but I need to learn to rely on my own judgment a little more. It's going to take a long time to atone for my part in what happened. Perhaps the rest of my life. God knows he didn't mean to do harm. He does, but harm was done. I am writing an account of what happened here, as well as I can remember it, and if it is not enough to earn forgiveness, I pray it will at least illuminate this history of great darkness. Good. It's worth remembering. God bless you, Sister Amelie. God bless you and keep you safe on your travels, Magdalene. I assume that's it. I can't go into town, I assume. Yeah. Up to the mill. Elsa. Magdalene, this is it? Yeah, it is. Time for me to leave. Good. Get out before this cursed town swallows you. Tassing will bring you nothing but anguish and misery. Also, I hope one day you'll find a path out of your sorrow. God willing, though, I am doubtful. Stay safe on the road. These are still dangerous times. You'll be fine. Look after your family. Paul, Anna, your grandkids need you. I'll do what I can. They are what little I have left. Without them... Never mind. Godspeed, Magdalene. Oh, good. We're getting right with Vladislav and Andreas? Are you sure I look alright? Of course, Andreas! You look perfectly respectable. You're a little worse for wear, but a good sight better than you were. There was kind of the women to help clean me up. But I'd forgotten how to look after myself. Some would say you took care of yourself quite admirably. How many men here could have survived in a burned-out cellar for the better part of 20 years, subsisting on our discarded riderless? I'm sorry about that. Andreas, you know what I told you? It's alright now. Magdalene! Hello, Magdalene. Are you off soon? Hello. Yes, I'm riding with your flower to Mittenwald, and then down the Isar. Small municipality known for its transalpine routes between Augsburg, Innsbruck, and Milan. Mass amounts of coin and trade pass through Mittenwald each year. I'm sorry to see you go, Magdalene. But I hope Prague is everything you've dreamed of. Look, moving to Prague is great. If it's half the city Esther describes, I'm sure I'll love it. You have a chance to make a life of your own there. God knows I've squandered so much of mine. Use the time you have, then use it well. I will. I don't know how, but I will. I wish you could have seen it, Andreas. I know. He would have loved it. I hope so. I know so. It's kind of you to say. We only words of encouragement. And besides, it's the truth. Magdalene, I wanted to ask you something about the mural before you go. No, I thought it was supposed to cover the whole wall. Why did you leave a section blank? For the future. Unless history is going to stop in Tassing the moment I roll down the road. I think your wagon's about to leave. Oh, it is. It hardly feels like enough time. Say that again. Thank you for everything you did for me. For my family. Aw. God bless you, Andreas Mahler. Goodbye. Andreas? Are you alright? I'm lost. That's alright. You're welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Besides, you can't leave yet. The children require your expertise. Oh? They're up on the mill, on the walkway. I'll have supper ready when you're done. Just remember that you're always welcome in our home, Andreas. Václav, ha! Now I have a captive audience. Turbo heresy time! Yes! Ah! Ah! Yes. I mean, oh. By the way, Andreas, you should take the chance to take your hat back. I'm just saying. Ita hanc fabulum decino, in hora dubiae memoriae dero ponere mea animam reacta et meum stilum via... Stop. No. No. The last words are Our Lady of the Labyrinth, but the rest of it is zoomed out too fast. Stop it. Whoa. Oh, they're beautiful. Look at this. Probably Neolithic or Bronze Age, very early Bronze Age Celtic peoples in Bavaria. Oh, they're beautiful. The pilgrim is coming in to resettle with the oak and the Roman ruins. Oh, amazing. And the sun and moon of the church with the Roman ruins of the Mithraeum and with the labyrinth. Oh. Teruggaan. Strochen, Marie Drucker, Ulricha, Andreas Mural. Well.
Das küsste mich auf Deutsch und sprach auf Deutsch. Man glaubt, es kam wie Gutes klang. Das Wort
Oh. That's my bad. Oh, that's my bad. Oh. Why are all the best characters? Aww. Andreas Mural, 1558. Painted the whole thing. Little Andreas turned into a great artist. So good. God, what a video game. I don't know if any of City Knights are still watching after 7 hours, but thank you all. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Merton. Thank you, everyone. For making such a video game. This is so fun. What's wild to me? What's oh yeah, Emma, you're one City Knight too. What's wild to me is that in terms of the historical content of the game, we got through a good chunk of it, but we're nowhere near done. Like, come on, I've said it a couple times, but let's just say again, we're doing a second playthrough, but this time with friends to get different perspectives, a little bit more podcasty like. But also, I'm totally going Ladness Legal Scholar, just being that guy. Like, there's so many other options, and so many other histories to learn about, and like there's so many good things. There's just so much good in this. Like, I mean, obviously it gets very meta at the end. It gets super meta at the end. Oh yeah, also we have to be Protestant in Act 3, obviously. Let me try and put the thoughts together here. Instead of just flailing. We love flailing. I know you all enjoy my flailing, but I appreciate, like, that there are supposed to be coherent thoughts in here. Italian hand gesture consultant also, yes. Right, I really like how they go about digging into these layers. Like it gets a little bit tropey in that it's a very straightforward layer on layer on layer. But they've done such a good job setting that within a context wherein these layers kind of matter and are cared about and justified, that doesn't feel like, oh, the stories were secretly this. No, the stories were secretly other stories, and they've just done things. And so they did a really better job than average on justifying the layers, and as a simplification for the way that like history works, and more accurately cultural memory works, that's constantly pulling things into the present, taking signs and transplanting them into whatever context makes sense, is really, really good. And the idea that someone is so terrified of the thought of those layers kind of being disrupted, it's like, that's, to me, feels like a really good, very learned, very period right way of like struggling here. And it's so good. There will be much, much, much more to say about it. Let's just business. The second playthrough of Pentiment will start January 10th. I am going to have Zoe Franznick on to join me. Like, what a better way to start than by having one of the narrative designers for the game and the other medieval researcher besides Josh coming in and joining us to start off and just freak out over all of the things. So I hope you're all as excited as I am for that, because yeah, we're going look, I was going to say we're going to go full nerd or full not nerd, but I know me, we're going to go at least medium levels of nerd. We're going to be slightly less of a nerd than this playthrough and see how that changes things. Also see if we can't persuade some people of things. Yeah. Night Dark Life, thank you so much for the follow here. So, I'm waiting. Did we skip did we miss the bibliography? I mean, look, we're gonna let these run because all these people deserve it. But also, did I miss the bibliography? Nope, we did it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It moves too fast. I need it to not. I need it to not. Perfect. Richard Keycapper's on there. Great choice. Great choice. Who else do I know? Catherine Park. Great. Mateo Salvadora. Perfect. Yeah. I recognize a couple in there. And yes. And thank you all for watching as well. God. I need that bibliography in less speedy form. I'll go back through the VOD and pull the bibliography to hunt it down. But still, amazing. So, we've been going for 7 hours, which honestly, I expected it would take about 5 hours. The fact that we're only at 7 is doing good. TBH. Thank you all for staying up with me. For everyone who tuned in for part of it, all of it, somewhere in the middle. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna go get food. I was gonna cook tonight. I could also just check the credits. You're correct. But yeah, we will be back later in the week. I think. Yeah, we'll be back on New Year's Day with a big long stream again because we're going to try and do Never Alone. Game developed by Inupiat, an Inupiat team about Inupiat culture. So, indigenous people making indigenous games about themselves. Or it's the one that starts it all. So yeah, we're playing Never Alone, New Year's Day. We'll be back once before then. We'll figure something out. I haven't gotten that far. It's been a week. So, thank you all so much for watching. And until I see you next, everyone have an extremely, extremely lovely night. Alright? Bye-bye.
Wir